Umpire Sam Hayes, Stuart Wynn, Scott Jeffrey, and we are underway. Jolly against his old team, and he palms it down to his old teammate Maloney. First clearance, Maxwell the first fist, and he'll be throwing plenty at the ball in defence today. Game 200, Brad Green unable to break clear with it. We'll get a ball up.
Looks like McDonald's running with Swan. I think they've got to follow Swan to the bench. That's the one way that Collingwood gets Dane Swan free, is through the rotations on the interchange.
Jamar and Jolly tie up. Trengove wobbles it inside 50. Shaw with the fist down. Petted through traffic. Davey thought he had that and was away. He wasn't. Free kick, Ben Johnson, Collingwood.
Well, at least they've got the ball forward early. The best thing that could happen from a Melbourne perspective is to get their tails up by kicking the first goal.
On the break quickly, Maxwell to ball. Low trajectory towards Cloak. Hit the ground as you heard the umpire call. John McDonald, Trengove, Thomas, McDonald, ball in.
Yeah, Joel McDonald with the job on Travis Cloak, and he's one player I suspect Mick Malthouse would love to see get a little bit more of the ball, start taking those marks and kicking a few goals.
Scully has one to the skull here. He's hurt the second gamer from the ball in. Davies slips. Willingham keeps his feet, does well. Swan, Lockyer, Johnson, Brown. Good movement. First inside 50 for Collingwood. Bouncing ball. Oh, Medhurst. The ball followed him. Davis dropped it. Frawley caught. Wasn't dispossessed. Bartram back into the team. Tried to knock it on. Unsuccessful. Trouble now. Jack Anthony dives on. Tries to keep it in. Warnock. John McDonald. Brad Green. Boundary line, a win for Melbourne there.
Gee, James Frawley, he lost Medhurst then and looked like he was going to run an open goal, but a very good tackle by James Frawley just as Medhurst was going to kick the goal. And we just see there what happened. Oh, yeah, just got a flick across the scone.
A little bit of claret.
Yep.
He'll be back on the ground shortly.
Bruce, Grimes, Maloney, Frawley.
Oh.
Shaven head, that's terrible.
Boy.
Turns it over. Davis, of all the men to give it to, hands it off the ball. Good hip and shoulder, Trengove. Clever. Kept his composure there under pressure. Still a chance for Collingwood. Harry O'Brien dishes it back to Grimes. Davey slips through balls, attempted tackle, and now the Demons to half forward.
Great
good movement.
kick.
Pettit. Open forward line, a one-on-one. He's got the long. It's Bennell all the way down from full back virtually. Fist of Maxwell again wins out. Swan. McDonald came at him.
Good tackle.
Dispossessed. Intense Melbourne at the moment. Green, McDonald thought about getting a snap away. Jones waits under this. Might not be 15. Play on the umpire called. Almost their head high. No free. Good tough start to this game. Swan. Reid into the team this week. That's short. And Thomas told it was 15.
Good pressure from Melbourne, playing a very accountable man-on-man brand at this stage.
Lockyer and the fist from Grimes across the line.
I think Dean Bailey, you're right, Jason. Dean Bailey be really happy with the intensity at the ball. You know, they kept that ball in their forward 50. You're going to turn over the ball and get some easy goals out of that. Keep that pressure on.
Jolly quickly down the ball, their clearance man. They recruited him over the summer for that exact reason. Swan wide to Beans. Lockyer. Johnson. Cloak the target. Joel McDonald with him. Cloak feeds back onto it. Can he keep it alive? You bet he can. Slips it inside, turns it over. Frawley slips a tackle. Runs past Anthony. They're confident at the moment. McKenzie takes on Anthony. Short bait.
I like the way they've started, Melbourne. I like the way they're manning up and they're not taking the easy way out. They are putting the acid on each other to win contests.
Trengove back to Geordie McKenzie. That kick's not so good. Turnover. Can't afford that. Swan, Johnson, Beams. Back into the team. Late inclusion. Wellingham. Harry O. And back to Swan. And fumble from him. And maybe Melbourne's pressure is causing a few of those. Cloak. Joel McDonald clever. Boundary line his friend if he wants it. He's also got Green. Feeds it back. McKenzie short. He can go.
The next kick that's killing him is that one into the attacking 50 because his numbers back. Maxwell sweeping.
Grimes, Maloney, gone. Brown, put him down. Davis on the rebound. Medhurst. Jack Anthony in a one-on-one. Sends him goalward. High, long kick. Half grab by Warnock. Thumps it away, does Warnock. Pendlebury's there, but Bruce should drag it through. Good start, Melbourne.
Well done to Warnock. It was Jack Anthony had the sit on him. And matter of fact, Medhurst told Jack Anthony where to run then before he kicked that ball.
Almost a turnover again. Davey tried to meet it hard, still in there. Bate, Jones, Davey. A one-on-one ahead.
Yeah.
Pettit, he's got him.
You know, we saw Ricky Pettit last week.
He plays on quickly over the top. Rowan Bale, first goal of his career for Rowan Bale.
Well, that is a great start for the Melbourne Footy Club. I was about to say Ricky Pettit looked the one dangerous forward last week against Hawthorn. He made space well. It all started down backstory.
Yeah,
Medhurst told Anthony to lead back to the square. He didn't give away the free kick. He used the body well, got the fist on it, and then they had the opportunity to bring it forward. There's that great kick to Pettit. I thought he'd go back and have a shot, but he was directed by his teammate that Bale, in only game number 2, would run forward. And how good is that for Melbourne to get their tails up and feel like they're in the contest. Their first 5 minutes, the pressure they've put on Collingwood has been outstanding. The big test is how long can that period of applying themselves and keeping the pressure up last.
Very rare that players go out in number size rather than go in, but he wore number 41 in game 1 last year, Rowan Bale, and has moved out to Shane Valenti's old number 44 for this season. Jordy McKenzie, little nudge. Big nudge on McDonald in the back, not paid, and the umpire will have to sort this out.
Tell you what, there's one nice matchup at the moment. Coming off the wing, you've got Brad Green in game number 200 and Alan Didak. There's going to be a little bit of action there.
Davey having a rest. Melbourne lead. Jolly and Jamar. They look like going at it all day. Green, ball didn't bounce kindly for him, nor for side bottom. Bartram tried to shuffle it out, still under there. Bartram still over it, comes out, side bottom through traffic, hands it back. Jamar, McDonald. Melbourne growing in confidence with each passing minute. Bennell runs onto this. No, it bounced poorly for him. Tuvey to O'Brien. He attacked it knowing it wouldn't bounce too high, and it bounced too high. Didak couldn't take the mark from Harry O'Brien's pass and gives it back to Jolly. Didak, he sets up nicely. Long kick. Fraser at full forward. Brilliant grab.
Now, I reckon he's entitled to be a little bit upset, Matthew Warnock at fullback, because they had 2-on-1. He had Mark Jamar, the ruckman, dropping back, but he didn't pay attention to where Josh Fraser was.
He just watched the
ball
ball.
watching.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you're going to go back and play that kick behind play, we'll just see him right there, Mark Jamar. You've got to be within the ball and where it's going to drop most of the time if you play a kick behind play. You're right, Warnock wouldn't have been happy with his positioning.
Started on the bench, Josh Fraser. Comes on straight to full forward and kicks the goal to put Collingwood in front.
From a Collingwood perspective, that's probably what the Collingwood match committee and the fans would like to see most of all. If Josh Fraser's now going to play second fiddle in the ruck, he's got to learn to have an impact up forward, Shorey.
Yeah, look, as I said, nearly over his whole career, when he first came to Collingwood, he was seen as, say, a mobile, nearly a ruck rover in the under-18 competition. I played for the Bushrangers, Murray Bushrangers, as a matter of fact, and I just always believed that they needed to get another big-body ruckman like they have with Jolly to allow Josh Fraser to go forward, and hopefully his body, which has been battered for 10 years, will hold up.
Comes in with some pretty good form against Melbourne, Josh Fraser. Had 2 best-on-ground games last year, according to the umpires. Got the 3 votes against Melbourne in round 2. This is the second year in a row these two have met here in round 2. McDonald can't get a decisive kick away, and Johnson can't get a decisive grab on the ball. Jones to McKenzie. Back inside 50. Maxwell. Steady on Dunn. Reid. First game for this season. Brought in because Prestigiacomo is out with an injury. And he'll get another one here, Ben Reid. Shaw had to go back. Harry O'Brien. So Melbourne's pressure forces Collingwood back to the back pocket.
Did well, Bale, there, just to cordon off Harry O'Brien because he loves to take you on.
Put some pressure on that kick as well. Didak feeds onto that beautifully. He looked around, he knew he had Green beat as long as he protected the drop zone of the ball. Just took a half step rather than go flat out.
Mismatch in the Collingwood goal square at the moment. You've got Clint Bartram on Lee Brown.
Cloak. And now the long kick. Lee Brown, who you mentioned, couldn't quite grab that. Grimes is over it, and Brown too high over him.
Yeah, they've got to look at that matchup. He'd be giving away probably a foot in the old, I would think.
Right out, Tarkin out. Tarkin another metre.
7 plays 6. Tight start as Grimes plays on.
Needs to be a good kick.
And it is to Bartram.
Oh, there's Scott. That's your mark.
So Spencer out and Clint Bartram in for Melbourne. Their late change. His first game of the year, Clint Bartram. Emergency in round 1. Green to Davey, sets him up.
Just came off the bench, Swan.
Harry O'Brien. Davey did brilliantly as well to follow that up, take it out, and they can reset.
Tell you what, it's a dangerous area now, isn't it? Right in front of the interchange, because there's so many. If you think you're going to get space there, you don't normally do. And that's exactly what happened to Davey then. Didn't know the Swan was coming off the interchange bench.
Jamar beats Fraser, who's in the ruck now. Davey tries to slip a handball back. McDonald, sensational in round 1, the captain, James McDonald. Bruce, McKenzie, Newton. They need him to fire. Little juggle first up. Inboard Maloney.
Good kick.
And now that open forward line. Collingwood feeding players back. Lyndon Dunn makes Maxwell stay honest. And throws it up as a 2-on-1 here. Impossible, you would think, for Scully. Almost got a toe on that. The first gamer from last week who had a 20-possession first-up game, Tom Scully, and showed that he's got the goods. Bait.
He can go.
Davey dances around Thomas. Slips it short, too short. Johnson, Thomas. Davey drags him down. Ball back in dispute. Wellingham shuffled it out. Green dumps it long. Newton's down there, flies for it. Dunn almost spoiled him. Off hands, Jones.
They did everything right except finish. They are playing very, very well, Melbourne. It's just that skill factor that lets them down. The final kick there, he got a great hand pass. Nathan Jones needed to finish.
And that's been his flaw. 59% by foot only. Finding targets.
They're fumbly. They're off their game, the Pies.
McKenzie. Grimes. Inside 50. Jones flies again off hands. Little fumble from Reid. Lockyer was tied up. Reid. Swan. Beams. Thomas. Lockyer.
Holding it up because he's got no one ahead. They've got to run it.
Thomas almost run down. Got to kick away just in time. Turnover here. Strauss, who started on the bench, gives to Davey. Short to Jones. Now needs to hit a target by foot. And does.
That's better. This is the bloke that's lively, Ricky Pettit. Now, he's got Heath Shaw on him, who's one of their best defenders. He's quick and he gives lots of rebound, but Heath Shaw's going to have to play Ricky Pettit very tight because he leads well and he's got great pace off the mark.
There's no doubt you can see they're trying to hit the Melbourne forwards on the lead all the time. They know Collingwood love to have players back and get a loose man like Maxwell. You don't want to bomb the ball in there. They are really rewarding the lead at the moment.
2 goals last week. Starts it right. It drifts back a little, but nowhere near enough. Demons do lead, though, and they'd be happy to have the lead at this stage of the opening term.
Happy the way they're playing, but unfortunately they're not rewarding themselves for all the things they're doing right.
Shaw to O'Brien. Runs the back pocket. John Anthony all the way up to the wing. Ball eludes him. And we'll get a ball in.
They wouldn't be jittery. No. They look rusty, though, don't they? They're not sharp like they were in that first quarter last week. Well, the challenge probably was there last week. You don't want to go down that track because Melbourne have started very well.
I love a bit of the old-fashioned stuff that's happening, just the one-on-one football everywhere.
14 minutes gone, opening term. Fraser, a little bit in the back there to Dunn, but the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt.
And Shorey, that's something you often do after you've had a performance where you don't think the players showed the required desperation or determination. You say to them, well, you're all going to get a challenge one-on-one this week and see who wants to win a contest.
Dunn, Pettit, front spot.
He's been the one.
Shaw shuffles it out, got one too high there, untidy from Newton.
I just wonder whether Collingwood might think about throwing Maxwell to Pettit to try and release Heath Shaw. He's got a lot more rebound than Maxwell.
Danger again. Brilliant pluck, Rowan Bale. Gain number 2 for him, and he sparkled early. Bartram, side of the boot. Green with the fly, couldn't bring it down. Trengove through traffic, rolls it out. Bate, sidestep, should kick it, doesn't. Hands it over. McKenzie around the body, a wobbler. doesn't make the distance, and Newton can't mark.
I love the way they're going about it, Shorey, but the frustrating thing is they just can't finish it with that last kick.
No, look, they've really got their minds on defensively. Their forwards are tackling well. Peddard's been a very dangerous player. Just like the look of Rowan Bale too.
Maxwell thumps it long in hope. Joel McDonald waits under this. Good grab. That might be 50.
It should be 50.
It's 50 according to the commentary box.
Umpire.
Poor kick.
Almost a turnover. Maloney makes it his. Over it, gets it out. Didak. Quick kick. Medhurst waits under it. No mark to Grimes, and then he was caught a little high. Bartram back into it. No prior opportunity. Got rid of it. Jamar, McDonald, Maloney, gang tackled. Grimes dumped by Medhurst. Ball up.
Let's have a look at that.
Well,
Does he drag him to the ground after he marks it? Certainly looks like it, doesn't it? A little bit lucky.
He might have said he played up there a little bit.
Holding mark, Jamar.
Okay, there's a free kick to Melbourne.
Oh, there, Josh. Play on.
Davey. We know how well he uses it.
Play on.
McDonald.
Kick. Oh, he had a good lead from Green.
Tringove normally hits a target. Green, that'll do. He had a longer one. Went to Green. He's got Newton and hits Newton.
Well done. Gee, their ball movement fantastic through the centre corridor. That's what I love too. Is they're always looking into the corridor. Davies had an impact on the ground, has been the go-to player, and he linked up beautifully in the centre corridor. Green finishes it off.
You know the key to it though, getting the right ball users using the ball. Aaron Davey first, Brad Green second. The two best kicks in the team, hitting targets. That's why they're having a shot for goal.
You've got to finish here. You've got to finish to keep the pressure on. Scoreboard pressure is the greatest pressure in this game.
Take some time. He knows his career's on the line. That's what he has ahead of him. And that's a gem. Melbourne lead by 8.
Well, I reckon there's certainly going to be a stern talking to at the Collingwood quarter-time huddle.
You were reading my mind then, because
we heard Lee Colbert talk to Mick Malthouse prior to the game, and he said last week counts for nothing. They've come here, they have a job to do, and if we're not switched on, we'll get a shock. Well, they are getting a shock because Melbourne have come switched on. It's the complete antithesis of what they showed last week. They are desperate, they are hungry, they are committed, and they're winning contested footy and winning clearances. Just lacking a touch of skill at critical times. But boy, they are into it up to their necks at the moment.
I think that's dangerous if you're reading my mind. I'm not really happy about that. But exactly, I'm with you. They are just rusty. They're not hitting the targets. And great pressure by Melbourne to make it, cause that.
Jolly had that out of the ruck, then fumbled it.
Oh, he's
brilliant tackle by Penrabee. That's gone. You're right, Shuri.
Well,
the umpire read your mind.
Well, he had one.
Very easy to read, apparently, Dwayne.
Not a lot there. If you got one hand, that's what it was a perfect tackle, really.
Pendlebury thumps it long.
Well done.
And drifting into the hole, Grimes again. Not sure which way to go. Bruce straight down the middle dangerously, but they're taking the game on. Back to Grimes.
Oh, that's 50. That's 50.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Dane Swan's unlucky because he played on. He moved sideways off the mark a long way, Grimes. But the unfortunate thing for Dane Swans is you're not allowed to anticipate the umpire. You have to wait till he calls play on.
So the player's not allowed to read his mind.
Mick Malthouse will be ropeable. No one man in the mark here. He's got 120 metres now, Grimes.
No one's in the square. He could go all the way. Sends it long. Goal square. Newton's down there. Can't mark it. Ball in.
He will be ropeable, Mick Malthouse. We've got to watch. Hopefully our cameramen are going to get him as he comes down to the ground at quarter time.
Just follow the trail of steam, I reckon, Shorey.
19 minutes gone, opening term. Back into play. Green trying to inspire them. Kicks around the body. It does bounce. Shaw's there. And drags it through.
Clear it out, guys. Ricky, come back, please. Ricky.
Ricky Pettit being called back. 16 plays 7. Shaw pokes it. Was that 15? Willingham given the benefit of the doubt. Was that 15 to Beams? Yes.
Well, Melbourne won't mind if they're forcing Collingwood wide into short kicks like that.
Another wide Maxwell, but you know how well Collingwood used the boundary line to run it out. Cloak couldn't mark it. Davis crumbs it. runs into trouble, throws that away. Was that ball? Must have been a handball. Pendlebury runs onto it, runs to 40, and he misses.
Might have been a little bit fortunate to have an opportunity there, Collingwood. It didn't look like he got a clean hand pass away, Leon Davis, but again, good pressure from Melbourne.
The other thing too,
testing him.
James Frawley, then, you've got to learn, if someone's inside 50, you don't run past the opponent and go to your own man when he isn't a danger.
Strauss in game 2, 40-metre precision pass. Bruce turns it over, side bottom. Pendlebury already had a sider, doesn't miss this.
And look, they'll be disappointed, Melbourne fans, but the intent was right. They got a great kick, 50 metres out, straight up the corridor from the kick out, and they looked to play on quickly. The unfortunate thing was, quick hand pass, and all of a sudden the player looked up. You can see Bruce takes the mark, he gives the hand pass off, and he's got, well, where do I go? There's nobody ahead of me. He gives it straight back to Cameron Bruce, who's under pressure. There's the quick turnover and goal. But I still think Melbourne are playing a good, positive brand of football. We know they're going to make mistakes. Collingwood will be happy that they've punished them on this occasion, and they'll be very happy to get a second goal on the board because it hasn't been played on their terms in this first quarter.
I think you've got to blame Cameron Bruce on that occasion, because when he did give the ball to Mackenzie was under pressure. It was like trying to get the old 1-2 back to a senior player. You know, you can't put a young player under pressure like that and expect to get out of him. Good tackle by Collingwood's forward line.
J-Mark climbs with confidence down to Davey. Dart Thomas first there. Ball bounced unkindly for him. Then Jones with the man and not the ball. McDonald wraps him up. Thomas has got it, throws it out. Johnson, little fumble. Jones dives back through. Handball smothered. Bait caught by the leg. James McDonald sends it long. Newton, Dunn, they're all down there. Dunn might get this off hands. Can't get a kick on it. Can't keep it alive.
Jones just went straight past the ball, then trying to make a physical presence out there. Keep your eye on the ball, though.
Jolly down to Pendlebury, breaks free and bounces away. Didak, Swan, Wellingham. Anthony over his head. Warnock, the birthday boy, turns 26 today. It's a possession to Joel McDonald. Melbourne inspired at the moment. Done.
The kick inside the attacking 50.
Well, they're going long. J-Mar's there now.
J-Mar, Jolly over their heads. Is it going to roll through? No. Another behind.
Was there a hand in the back then, the J-Mar? Just a hand on the back.
Johnson pokes it over the top. Pendlebury got the 3 Brownlow votes last time these two teams met. Round 11 last year, Scott Pendlebury. Wellingham.
Well done.
No mark. Ball in.
Well, here's the contest you were looking at, Shorey.
Yeah, just sees their hand on the back. Oh, no, it wasn't enough contact.
Just worked him under it nicely,
Good
Jolly.
to see him push Jolly to the square, though, because Darren Jolly wouldn't be comfortable back there.
Jolly with the flick back. Beams, Maxwell, Pendlebury getting a lot of it now. Davis. Open forward line awaits. Fraser leads short. It's ignored. Ball to play on. And pokes it sideways.
Did well, Bartram, not to run at him, though. That's what Leon Davis wanted to try and use his agility to get around him.
Wellingham caught by Bale. Trouble now for Collingwood. Melbourne have the numbers. Jones wrapped up Tuvey. Tuvey wraps him up in reply. Davis thrown out of it, didn't have it. Fraser gets the free.
Cameron Bruce had to be a little bit more desperate then at that contest. His teammates are doing it. You need the senior players to stand up.
Cloak. Warnock, big fist. Lockyer, big crumb. Hands it off to Thomas. Ball bounced unkindly for him, and then he spent it before he earned it. Frawley. McDonald. Bartram. Pokes it wide. Jones, that'll do. Thumps it long. They're taking the game on. Joel McDonald was good in game 1 for his new club last week. Playing well again here. Gives to Grimes.
Love the way they're using the corridor at every opportunity.
Scully does use it well normally. Newton's got the sit here. Rises. Can't bring it down. Beans caught by Pettit. That's ball. Dead. Melbourne will have another shot to extend their lead.
I don't think Michael Newton could have asked for a better opportunity there. He's got Heath Shaw backing under it. He's got the run and jump. You really expect him to take that mark 8 times out of 10. Never looked like it, but some good defensive pressure here. Pettard, he dodged the Shepherd and then caught Beams cold.
Well, Beams hasn't been in the senior side for a number of weeks. Undisciplined act pre-season where he was, well, told by the leadership group he wouldn't play in the first game of the season.
Pettard from 50. Sinks the leg into it. It's got the carry.
Oh.
And the accuracy. Welcome to 2010, Melbourne fans. It's underway.
Wow, just a great finish. He's been the one in the forward line, and there's Mick Maldenhouse.
Oh, boy.
Oh, baby. If we could just keep the camera on Mick. I know what happens normally at quarter time. The specialised coaches take their areas. I don't think that'll happen first up. I think Michael might just go straight to this group. Great pressure inside 50. As soon as you can turn the ball over inside 50 and defensively like that, you are going to kick goals. Ricky Pettard's had a major impact on this game early in this quarter. Nick Maxwell's playing on him, so it's good to Melbourne utilising up Maxwell, who likes to play off players.
Well, this probably doesn't look strange to anybody who didn't see round 1. Melbourne came into round 1 full of hope after a big pre-season. This is the performance they were after last week. They're getting it this week. James McDonald's ball in the middle here.
Now, the Melbourne players, you've got to stand up, but don't give the ball away. You're on top of Collingwood. They've reverted to this now. Lee Brown. So McDonald gets a free kick here. Oh, gee, I don't know who started that.
Long kick inside 50
Oh,
quickly.
there's
Little
the
clear.
There's the
Maxwell's
push.
free against him. It'll go to Lyndon Dunn.
Well, it was kicked to a dangerous spot. Brad Green's gone forward. Mick Maldenhouse is looking ropeable on the boundary line. And they kicked it to a dangerous spot. They had Green, they had Dunn, they had Pettard, all leading to a similar area. It was kicked in there quickly. Maxwell thinks he was harshly dealt with by the umpire. We'll get a replay of it shortly. But Lyndon Dunn, again, gone back with the Michael Holding run-up. But a good kick here rewards Melbourne for an outstanding start to this match.
It's his 6th year on the list. He is the player Melbourne got for trading Darren Jolly to Sydney. Pick 15. Needs to make this his moment. From 47. Beautiful. Melbourne by 15.
Oh, and some verbal stoush between Maxwell and Dunn.
I know what Nick Maxwell's doing. He's just given away a goal. I think if he missed the goal, you might have had a go at him. Not when he's kicked the 6 points. But gee, they deserve this lead. There's no doubt, Melbourne. They have been really good at the contested ball. They've only got one ruckman to work with. And I think
look at it.
There's no doubt of the hands. The hands were there.
He doesn't actually use the hands. He just uses the forearm and the little hip and shoulder.
You've got to use your forearm and no hand.
But he knocked him under the ball, and I'm happy with the free kick.
Yeah.
I can understand why Nick Maxwell feels upset because he doesn't think he put 2 hands in the middle of the back, but you're still not allowed to illegally force a player under the ball.
You're now no longer allowed to dive either.
No. You think he overplayed it, right?
I think
he made the most of it, but there was contact.
Depending on who you barrack for, that was or wasn't a free kick. That's how much a 50-50 it was. But things going Melbourne's way. Beans dragged down. McKenzie dives in with Trengove. Ball up.
Want to get a player behind the ball now, Melbourne. Just drop 1 or 2 behind the ball. Just got 30-odd seconds to go in the quarter to keep this lead.
15 points the margin. J-Mar. Beans. Ball. Met heavily there too. He's hurt Luke Ball. Hands on knees. He's letting this contest go without getting into it. See him in the foreground. We'll get a ball up. One last chance at a clearance. Silence here at the MCG. Collingwood fans a little nervous now. Came here with high expectations. Pendlebury kick away. Big collision. Scully. Game number 2. Put his body on the line. Davis dives in. Dragged down.
Tom Scully, well done, son. Leon Davis coming the other way. Leon Davis isn't big, but you still got to put your body on the line. And there's no doubt that Scully wanted that at the contest harder than Leon Davis.
Very similar stats. Team statistics 99 to 95 in favour of Melbourne, but 16-9 the inside 50.
Well, let's see.
Listen to the crowd.
Let's see what Mick Maldenhouse does at this quarter-time break. Will he go straight to the group?
Doesn't look like he's going to open with a joke.
And that score, yeah, we're not joking. Melbourne, 4-5-29. Collingwood, 2-2-14. I think you better settle in for the day.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 radio 1.
There you go, Shaw. He called them all in straight away. They're going to get moved, carved up, or taken off the ground. So all of a sudden, I expect to see Heath Shaw play Ricky Pettit a hell of a lot closer.
Melbourne by 15 points as the second term is underway. Almost a clearance. McDonald, fresh air shot. Willingham, Thomas, ball. Heads wide, hoping for Davis. Gets his own crumb, shrugs a tackle, does well. And to Willingham. He's held up a little, thumps it long, hoping for Cloak. And he got what he was hoping for.
Well, Joel McDonald was the matchup, giving away a little bit of size. And he was just out-muscled on that occasion. One of the men that Lee Colbert told us at quarter time, Mick Malthouse, pointed the finger at and said, you've got to contribute. You've got to start hitting up. You've got to start grabbing some ball. That's not a bad way to start the second quarter. Can he finish it off with a good kick?
Just wonder whether McDonald could go to Jack Anthony and Warnock go to Cloak. I know he hasn't been in great form, but he'll have body strength.
Size and shape, they're better
yeah.
matchups, but they tend to play McDonald further from goal.
50-50 at goal. He's got 118 goals, 118 career. And he now pokes his nose ahead.
Well, it was just an easy. You don't see it very often that you don't get a lot of help around it, but the ball came in that quick that McDonald couldn't get any help, and it was just a body-on-body marking contest. Yeah, they just still don't look smooth in the midfield. They've been belted in the contested area, Collingwood, and that's just a one-on-one marking contest where you've got to either hit arms, which you're not allowed to do, but get away with if you can, or someone else come over the top.
But the key to watching all that footage there is everywhere you looked, it was man-on-man. They are making them play a contest at each and every possession, and that's the key. If they win those contested possessions like that, you just say too good. But you're not going to get any easy ones today, Collingwood, not at the moment.
Ball bounce. Jolly dumps it all the way to half forward. Race on. Didak. Grimes got there first. Didak edges him out. Cleverness. Shoots it inside 50. Anthony hasn't seen a lot of it. Oh, had to get rid of that. Throws it out to Medhurst. Twists into Frawley. Davis twists into trouble. Drops it close to the line. Ball in.
Good pressure. Good pressure still from the D's. Tell they look dangerous, Collingwood, though they're forward 50 when they go forward.
Well, they won the first couple of clearances. That's one of the keys.
It was Jack Anthony's first touch. Swan, gang tackled. By Stuart Wen barking the instructions in the shadows of the beautiful stands here.
Big challenge for Geordie McKenzie, giving him Dane Swan.
Jolly and Jamar. Jamar got a fingertip on it. Trengove beaten for it by Swan, dropped it. Trengove back in. He was held too long. Free kick, Collingwood. Swan's ball.
So you're talking about just a big job.
Just keep your eye on the contest here. They're just trying to push off McKenzie.
Geordie McKenzie.
That to me looked a soft free kick, to be brutally honest.
The other issue, Collingwood, I've got no doubt Collingwood now, if this matchup occurs and continues, they will put Swan to the square. He kicked 3 goals last week coming from that area.
Yeah, 31 possession game, and, well, should know where they are. 8-point lead to Melbourne.
They've started the quarter very well, Collingwood. Can Melbourne pick up that intensity that they had in the first quarter? You just can't let it slip. So much hard work early. They've got to match it.
Jamar the target from the kick in. Rises. Got hands to it. Couldn't mark it. Lockyer. Boundary line. Almost beat him. Shaw. Dragged out. He's got some spunk about him, Rowan Bale. Little push and shove. In fact, his first game, his only game last year, was a horror story. He injured his thigh in the warm-up. But because his mum and everybody travelled down to see the game, they decided to play him anyway, and he lasted a minute. Good mark to Cloak.
The worrying matchup already. Every time it's a strength contest, Travis Cloak wins.
And he's bleeding from the eye. Might not be able to take this kick here.
Who do they give it to?
Got the blood
bleeding.
Yeah, he's going to come off.
A few Collingwood players coming around. Dale Thomas. Now that's from a Melbourne perspective, they're probably... Oh, it's going to Darren Jolly. I don't know how they made that decision. supposed to be the closest bloke, I guess.
That Jolly making the distance. You know, Cloak would have made the distance. That is becoming a match-up problem for Melbourne, I would think, McDonald. Second time in those one-on-one.
I'm not sure if Thomas would have made the distance, though. I think Melbourne rather the ball have been in his hands.
70 goals in his 167-game career. Darren Jolly, premiership player, of course, with the Swans. 48 games for Melbourne before that. Gives it some sky. Nice off the boot. Touched through by Bruce.
Free kick to Melbourne.
Free kick to Jamar.
Now, this is where they had problems last week, getting it out of deep in defence. Jamar play had been held up, and he's not the bloke you want to kick.
No, you like to see a quick handball to one of the creative midfielders, you would think.
I don't mind that kick from a big guy from full-back. Harry O'Brien with the leap. Johnson, Pendlebury, Thomas, tucked into the boundary. Disciplined centering kick. Big fly Anthony, can't bring it down. Off hands, boundary line. We'll get a ball in.
Mark Jamar on the goal line. Have a look at
Lee
Brown. Just
Shepherd
pushes him under with the hip and shoulder off the ball.
Jolly was a 2-on-1 in the ruck contest.
So you were thinking body on body, Collingwood could get the third man up here if Jamar and Jolly go head to head. Josh Fraser's coming off the contest where I thought he might be able to get his hands up by going third man up. There he is, right in the bottom of the screen there, Josh Fraser.
Jolly front spot. Taps it down. Ball nearly had that. Tuvey, he grabs it off hands. Behind.
Everybody in the forward half of the ground for Collingwood at the moment. Every player.
Petted the target. Got hands to it. Shaw. Lockyer. Caught a little high by Scully.
Didn't see it.
Crowd saw it. John McDonald tried to shuffle it out.
Got to get it out.
Well, I'm not too sure he dived on it. They dived on him.
Tough decision. I know. He did reach out and grab it, but it's a tough decision.
Lockyer, quick play on, and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
The problem that Melbourne are experiencing at the moment, sure, is they can't get their hands on the footy. It's been all Collingwood. They've just dominated possession early on in this second term.
James Frawley coming off a 23 possession game last week against the Hawks.
Oh, that's a dangerous kick.
Over the head of Bate and finds ball. Harry O. Bumped on the kick. Didak. Almost faked for that to let Jack Anthony have it. Didak toe poke. Jolly will give it to Didak, you would think, if he can get it. Tried to flick it back to him. Frawley takes them on. Scully. Maloney.
Now they're away.
They are away. Grimes looks up. Cut off by Thomas. Trouble here. Anthony. Half caught by Grimes to Pendlebury. Wrapped up by Jones. Got a kick away just in time. Fraser tried to collect with one hand. Jack Anthony dives in. Gets it out. Still tough in the kitchen at the moment. Lockyer. He tried to shovel out a quick one. Gets a free. Didn't have it.
They had their chances to clear then, Melbourne.
Grimes intercepted handball.
Targan Lockyer doesn't miss these. This is a gift. They've lifted their intensity, Collingwood. They've got a spray at quarter time, as you'd expect. He just half rides him to the ground. But Lockyer was clever here. He didn't take possession because he knew he was going to get collared. So he just pushed the ball in front of him.
And you're right, he never misses games or goals. Not missed a game since returning from the knee reco in 2004. And the ultra-accurate one cuts the margin to 1 point.
Well, they looked like they'd finally weathered the pressure, Melbourne. Chain of hand passes was going to release the pressure. They had numbers running out of their defensive 50. The unfortunate thing is it's this smother here from Daisy Thomas. He gets a hand on it when they had numbers out to the right. And then it's just persistence by Collingwood to keep the ball there. They keep finding a way to get the ball on the boot or get the hand pass out to knock it out into space and allow their numbers to keep pushing the ball forward. And then he plays it very cleverly, Tarkin Lock. He just pushes the ball in front and allows momentum to go forward with him and earns the free kick.
Been a very, very good player for Collingwood. 217 matches. Came to Collingwood as a rookie from Western Australia, even with the guarantee of not being picked up. And he just made his own decision to come over to Melbourne to see if he could find his way at league football.
Has been a star. Maloney to Joel McDonald. Wide. Headed.
He looks good on the lead every time, doesn't he?
Puts it up high. Newton is down there. Doesn't get the jump at it. Dunn does. Jones, can he get the handle? He does. But he handled it straight to Swan. Johnson, Wellingham,
good pressure again. Good pressure again.
Johnson, not a lot to kick to. Harry O'Brien almost played on. Johnson.
No one to kick to.
Got side bottom out wide. It'll need to be a good kick. It was. Side bottom's got 2 to beat here. Boundary line his friend. Takes them both on and wins. Beams is away. He was the spare man because it was a 2-on-1. Just needs to hit a target or kick the goal. Thumps it long. Anthony will do.
Gee,
and Collingwood could hit the lead here in the blink of an eye.
Disappointing by Melbourne. They had 2 players against the side bottom, and they just allowed him to get on the attacking side, get that little scrambly kick forward to Dane Beams, who could then run and control the footy and pick out a target. And just a little bit sloppy, not closing him down. Anthony with the opportunity now. His first kick of the match.
Didn't have a huge afternoon last week either. Just the 1 goal. John Anthony. Kicked 4 and 3 against Melbourne in the 2 games against them last year. In the blink of an eye, Collingwood back in front.
Well, you're right. Out in the wing, 2-on-1. At least you force the ball over the boundary line, whether it was a lack of speed or not. Now, this was a dangerous kick. And side bottom here, that one, you break a tackle there, you break 2 tackles to keep the ball alive, and that allows him to get the ball to Beams, who had plenty of space. And that wasn't good enough for Melbourne.
I'll tell you what, we shouldn't take credit away from Steele's side.
No, it was good.
He was brilliant.
But
and the little handball to himself as well.
The thing about it, though, you can already see with the body language of Melbourne that they just don't know. Oh, not that they cannot win the game, but they look like they've just gone back in their shell. They haven't got their running game. Collingwood have lifted and they've started winning some contests and some clearances. But Demons now, this is a big test. Just to see whether you've got a belief within the playing group.
Well, Collingwood are a good side. They had to expect them to lift. Now they've got to find a way to answer Melbourne.
Ball in the middle of it, as you would expect. Can't go anywhere, Luke Ball. Wearing Shannon Cox's old number 12. 18 possession, first up performance for Collingwood last week, Luke Ball. And it's Clint Bartram getting some work done. Fraser, little flick down. Bate dives in. Ball to Johnson. The running game going now.
Running spread from the contest.
Pendlebury wide. Swan. Beams again. He set the last one up. Dumps this long. Leon Davis. Always in position 1A.
The last 2 times they've gone forward, Collingwood, it's both been Dane Beams kicking the ball, and it hasn't been anything fancy. It's just been a long kick to a contest, and Collingwood players are now starting to win those one-on-one contests.
He overtook Twiggy Dunn last week to enter Collingwood's all-time top 20 goal kickers, Leon Davis. And now he pulls up alongside Renee Kink with goal 240.
4 goals to zip in the second term. Someone from Melbourne's got to get their hands on the ball, do something constructive and work out a way to stop the rot. They've got to get a goal on the board, get their confidence back up, because they're still competing man on man, but there's just a few little cracks in the setup that are starting to show. Strauss just getting caught under the ball, allowing Davis to push off, and he really needed to be on the inside, on the attacking side of the contest, not on the outside, allowing Davis to push him out and come back into the corridor.
I think the issue of having Jamar one out in the ruck, now they've got Newton in the ruck, they see that they had the last 4 clearances, so that's been an issue. And Jamar's going to get tired fairly quickly in this game, so he's going to only have 5 to 7 minutes in there. Got to do his job here, Michael Newton, to try and get some clearances.
Flies, gets a palm to it. Little paddle on by Maloney is good. Burst through. Handball. Just a toe, a nail in there. McDonald thumps it long. Pettit. He was grabbed by Harry O'Brien. Pettit's free.
And boy, is that an unnecessary free kick, because they had 3-on-1 Collingwood. Pettit was the smallest of the 4 blokes contesting for the footy, but he's been that dangerous that they're paranoid about him, and Harry O'Brien was desperate to put body contact on him. Gee, he looks lively up forward, doesn't he? He's in circle. You've got Maxwell coming from the front. You've got another player, Reid, coming from the front, but he just locked arms, Harry O'Brien.
Huge kick for momentum, and Melbourne have some momentum back their way.
Well, the thing about that is Melbourne, Pettard, as Jason said, has been sensational in the first quarter and just knows how to find space. Unnecessary free kick. They now need Melbourne, another forward, to put his hand up and get involved in this game as an option. And if that ball was kicked long, that's what Collingwood love. You can see the three of them just playing off their men, trying to get back to help out each other. And if you keep doing that, Collingwood will win out in the long run, you would think. You've got to start hitting up again as they did early in that first quarter with these.
Getting the footy's the problem. Possessions in this second quarter, it's Collingwood 45 to Melbourne 19. That's more than 2-to-1 ratio. If you don't get your hands on the footy, you're going to get absolutely killed.
Back to a 5-point margin. If you joined us late, Melbourne led by 15 at quarter time. Jolly in the ruck against Jamar again. Jamar wins this and wins a handball in Davies' direction to his own advantage. Gets a Shepherd. Now a kick away. Rolling ball. Tough ball. Bale does well.
Feet.
Slips. Thomas. Ball. Cloak. Got a hand to it. John McDonald thumps it down. Medhurst. Grab. John McDonald. Did he have prior opportunity there? Comes out anyway. Luke Ball short kick. Fist away was good. John McDonald. Maloney. Frawley. Splits the middle. Takes the game on.
Well played.
Bruce. Frawley. Needs to hit a target. It's Pettit. Harry O'Brien with him.
Well done.
Ball sat on Pettit a little there. Harry O'Brien dumps him. Ball still in there. Rowan Bale caught by 2. Ball up. That's a win for Melbourne.
And they're forced Collingwood to make the change. Looks like Harry O'Brien has gone to Pettard, when Heath Shaw had him in the first quarter.
17 minutes gone. Second term. Jolly and Jamar again. Johnson the clearance. Strauss and side bottom. 2 young players in their second season on their lists. Strauss does well.
Well played.
Taps it to Scully. Brilliance there from Scully. Second game, takes them on. Centres it. Over the head of Trengove. He might get this regardless. Does. Throws it out and then he's dumped. Cloak dumps Grimes. Over the top of him. Rakes it free. Runs into a gang tackle. Ball up.
The kick from Trengove was the right kick, but he put it between the 2 players.
Collingwood player down.
Missed them both.
Collingwood player down behind play. It might be Ben Johnson, I think, with ankle. And he looks like he's coming off the ground.
Yep.
It's his right knee, Shorey. Actually, he's gone for his kneecap, which is not good.
In the hands of trainers. Jamar knocks it down. Gee, Trengove almost spear tackled into the turf.
Oh, come on.
Umpire.
Come on, give me a break. He's been driven, pile driven in I don't know where the prior opportunity was, and they sit there and talk about you've got to make an attempt to get rid of it, but boy, he was just besieged as soon as he got it.
Had to put his hands up to stop his head from
Caving in on the turf.
Harry O'Brien long. Anthony, he had that chest mark. Side bottom wrapped up.
Now that should be holding the ball exactly the same as the other one. I'm just trying to find out Heath Shaw, and gee, it doesn't look good for Benny Johnson.
Nope.
In the hands of trainers. We can see him there. Heath Shaw's been up the ground for a fair while, and I cannot see him sitting on the bench.
Ball knocked down. Wellingham didn't get a kick away. Lockyer gives it up. Beams. He misses. Graham Beams. Late replacement for Shane O'Brien, who was out, and now they're down a man with Ben Johnson in the hands of trainers. Melbourne taking this game on still. Grimes. Warnock got in his way.
Again, they use the corridor.
McKenzie thumps it long.
That's not the kick.
Newton's got 2 to beat. Harry O'Brien pounces like a cat. Puts it up high. Medhurst. Dale Thomas, they both don't go for it. Medhurst stayed down and gathered. Kicks across the face. Ball in.
Just wonder, Lee Colbert, I think Collingwood are 2 down on the bench now. I haven't seen Heath Shaw. That's why Harry O'Brien's gone to Pettard, and he doesn't look like he's sitting on the bench, so maybe something's happened there.
He's about to come back on, mate. He's just had his left groin stretched, so he looks like he's about to come back on the ground.
Nice concern for the family, though. Shorey as Pendlebury slops it through for the goal.
Well, it is a big part of the game. I think he's a fair defender.
This is a very disappointing passage of play for Melbourne. They had numbers around the ball, and a couple of them were too concerned about getting their head out of the way of contact. And Pendlebury just followed the ball and strolled into an open goal. This is extraordinary. Have a look at the numbers that Melbourne have got around the ball as it gets tapped back by Jamar. You've got a couple of them there. young Jack Grimes needed to be better than that, unfortunately. Played very well, Jack Grimes, but wasn't his finest moment.
The biggest lead Collingwood has had today, 12 points. The Demons led by as much as 15. Jamar pushed Jolly out of the way there. McDonald kicks the half forward. Bale got a half a handball out. Through the legs, done. Scully, McKenzie, Jones. Can he finish for a change? He was pushed on the kick. It's out of play on the full.
It's just the one part of his game, Nathan Jones. You know you'll get enormous effort
now,
as Toovey plays on.
That was poor umpiring, that.
Toovey got the shepherd. You thought it was an illegal shepherd?
I want to come back to that. Absolutely. You are not allowed to stand next to the man on the mark. You have to clear it. And you cannot come in and shepherd the man on the mark until the bloke with the ball's played on. And they did it the opposite way around. That was poor umpiring.
McDonald got it from Grimes. Thumps it long. Hoping for Pettit. Got a hand to it. Pounces back onto it. Runs around and kicks a brilliant goal.
Great play.
That's his third, and they're back in it.
I tell you what, I might have been worried about Heath Shaw, but I'm worried about Heath Shaw playing on Pettard at the moment.
Well, now, tell me if I'm wrong, but you are not allowed. You have a look at Harry O'Brien come in here. He hasn't played on. Yep. The umpire should have blown the whistle and said, clear the mark.
5 metre zone.
Correct. You are not allowed to come in until the player's played on to do that.
Well, I think
Ricky Pettit is in everything, Shorey.
I think the Pies need to make a change here. He's had Heath Shaw in the air a couple of times. Harry O'Brien went to him while Heath Shaw was coming off because he had a groin problem. But he's been too good for Heath Shaw in about 3 one-on-ones. Geez, a talented player, Ricky Pettit.
He was a big 30, 2006. Ricky Pettit, Queensland and AIS Academy player. From the ball up, Jamar. Beams thumps it to half forward over the head of Medhurst, and he gets it regardless. Spins one way then the other. Pokes it inside 50, hoping for, but finding Swan. Through traffic again, Grimes takes them on. Thumps it wide. Pettit is the man again. Can't half volley it. Still in the contest though. Bale can't keep it in.
What about Grimes off Hart? How good was that taking the game on? He must have heard you, Jason.
Hey, look, he's been one of their best players. He made one poor judgment error before, but he was quick.
From the palm down, Green, almost a turnover, is a turnover. Might turn over back again. Dynak's kick finds Frawley. He ran into a gang tackle and threw it away.
Come on, you've got to be better than that. You've got to have better poise than that.
That's decision making. He had the man out the back and he just tried to do a little bit too much.
Fraser. He's got Anthony calling for it. Oh, smothered on the kick. Brilliant from Brad Green in game 200. Trying to inspire them as he did last week when he was knocked out and came back on to kick 2. And here he is away. No one to kick 2. Just dumps it long. Bennell is the only man, makes a contest. Down to Bate. It's a 5-on-3. Collingwood have the 5. Reid got it from O'Brien. Gives to Beams. Anthony's on the move. Warnock's with him. Anthony marks. Great kick. Cloak short. Poked up for Didak if he can get a jump. Oh, yes, he does, but he can't bring it down. McDonald throws it out. Davis is lurking. Didak, Davis, they're both dangerous. Didn't get a boot on it. Ball in.
Good pressure.
They are sticking with the Melbourne. They're a goal from the lead.
Now, if you use your foot in the marking contest to push your man out and you don't mark the ball, I always thought that was a free kick.
Yeah, it was often one of those where they said if you take the mark, okay, but otherwise you're in trouble.
Jolly the flick back and Maloney clever.
No one to kick to, that's the problem.
So he maintains possession and very well done to middle of the ground to Bate. Now he's got Bennell if he wants him on. Fumbles. Caught. Ball wrapped him up, but he got it out. John McDonald, Davey. Now they've got players to go to. Bruce. He has Trengove. He dives and drops it. Side bottom. Trengove through his legs. Jones can give it back. Trengove can go for goal. Little fumble. Gave it back in Bruce's direction. He peels back onto it. Trengove dives in. Side bottom. Shuffles it out. Davey on the run. Gathers, drag down. Holding the man.
Gee, they're having a crack, Melbourne, aren't they?
Well, I think this is exactly what their supporters wanted to see. Whether they've got the talent to go all day with Collingwood, what they want to see is effort, not like last week when they capitulated.
Now, can they find a clear lead in all the traffic in the attacking 50? It doesn't look it.
Throws it on the boot, doesn't really kick to anybody, kicks to space, and it might work. Jamar peels back, runs through traffic, don't tell me!
Big fella.
It was too much to ask.
He danced his way through and then kicked it out on the full. That would have been a spectacular goal.
There was a little bit of it does not compute.
No. It looks good while it was going.
Gee, that would have been a big goal. Emotionally, I think it would have got the players going, the teammates going. They worked their way back in the game, though.
Yep.
Give them credit.
Beans got it from Shaw, gives it to Wellingham.
Someone's going to go and put pressure on him.
Cruises his way through defensive 50, heads for Lockyer, reduces the body, Grimes is with him, Lockyer peels back, Pendlebury forced to stop. Thomas can have the shot, gets it back to Lockyer, Grimes still with him, but he's spent. Well played, Grimes. That was the big win for him. Out of play, gets some breath back.
He has been really, really good. 13 possessions, which is the most of any Melbourne player. But the dash out of defence and the pressure that he's put on has been first class, Jack Grimes. Ben Johnson, who came off with the knee injury, is leading the way for Melbourne with 14, so they'll miss his presence.
From the ball in.
Mark
6
Jamar.
points the margin. 26 minutes gone.
Every contest now, it's 2-on-1 in the ruck, Mark Jamar. You can see Jolly around this contest. Fraser's just off it near the 50-metre arc.
Jamar thrown out of it by Jolly.
That's dumb.
It's hard, though. Often blessed are the meek in those situations. If you get thrown away because you lack the strength, you get the free often. Free kick again here in the back. It's side bottom's ball.
Didn't think that was a great kick from Brent Maloney either. He's kicked to a contest across goal, and he really had more time to hit something there.
Floats it up. Sure. Maybe too far out to score.
Again, Harry Bryan shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Floats it to the pocket. And almost Swan.
No, you
Have I missed the rule change?
No, you are right. You cannot stand in that 5-metre arc. They say around the player who's kicking the ball, but that has to be cleared, or else you can take your player in there. And here's Harry O'Brien.
And it's been Harry O'Brien both times. The umpire's right there. Now, he backs away and doesn't do it on that occasion, but if he did, you get the feeling the umpire would have let him.
Bartram caught by one arm. Joel McDonald been good for his new club last week and this. Green always been good for them.
Space.
Sends it wide to Scully. Bouncing ball. Thomas and Scully. Scully gets rid of it. Thomas back in. Toe poke. Green. High ball. Davey looks around. Wellingham throws him away.
Oh, not much in that one.
He played it up. 50. That should be 50.
Oh, run pot. Gee, they're losing the plot at the moment, the umpire.
Maybe it was only half a free kick, so certainly didn't want to give the 50. Scully.
Well, if he kicks in now long, it's one-on-one everywhere, and Collingwood haven't got a loose man back.
50 metres. 2 men on the mark. Wellingham and Tuvey.
That's that 5-metre. That's that 5-metre protected zone. But Harry O'Brien, as you say, Jason, he can't give away 50 metres because he hasn't got the ball.
Yeah, and look, it shouldn't matter whether it's a teammate or an opposition player. You have to clear the man on the mark.
And this will be a big kick for Tom Scully. Yet to kick an AFL goal.
It'll be a bad time to record your first one.
Absolutely. To put scores level with 2 minutes left to half-time. Wearing Ron Barassi's famous number 31.
What's he like as a set shot, Blake?
Absolutely superb. As all number 1 draft picks should be.
Oh, Jürgen Lawson.
He would have been nervous.
Well, it didn't look like a committed routine for goal kicking. He tiptoed in and then only stabbed the ball about 25 to 30 metres. You can just see on the side there, it's Sharad Wellingham.
Well, he had to stay out of that contest, that's all. As soon as he went back, without the umpire saying play on, it had to be 50.
Opportunity lost for the D's.
Reid, Shaw. Swan. Well played, Bruce. Dishes it up. McKenzie dragged down, got a handball. Strauss through hands. Bruce back to Strauss. Good user normally. Heads to the square. Pettit's down there. Beaten for it. Reed peels back onto it. Pettit knocks it away. Picked up by Thomas. Out of trouble. Maybe not. Tooby. Little fumble. Jones was a little fumble. Still in there. Free kick for too high. And it's Melbourne's ball.
No, he pointed the wrong way. Pointed the wrong way. It's going to Dane Beams, but they have been fumbling.
He was lucky because he fumbled then, and that meant that his head was going to get into the action, which where he got the free kick.
Even the umpire's making mistakes. Pointing the wrong way. Melbourne players caught out, and Lockyer played on quickly. Didak dragged down inside a minute.
Can't do that. You got that right. You can't throw the man on the mark down and then play on.
There's Harry O'Brien again.
Now, I think something. We might be seeing this wrong, Jason.
I've obviously got the rule wrong, but I was always under the impression that you couldn't interfere with the man on the mark until play on had been called.
McDonald.
It's extraordinary. I want clarification on that.
Yeah, I think if we got it backwards that it is only the person, the 5 metres to the man who's got the ball, he's got a 5 metre zone
But
around
mate,
him.
honestly, if that was the case, you could do it every single time and just allow the bloke to play on.
Inside 30 seconds.
Trengo. High ball. Cruz had to stand under it for a while and did well. Strauss.
No one to kick to.
Handballs it wide.
Need to hit a target to get a shot on goal.
Bate will do. Can't take the mark. Harry O'Brien. Quick to Willingham. Seconds tick down. Danger averted here for Collingwood. They will take the lead in at half-time. But they were $1.05 favourites coming into this contest, Collingwood. You could have written your own ticket about Melbourne winning, but they are in it. They led by 15 at quarter-time, the Demons. They're just 5 points away at half-time. 7-5, 47 to 6-6, 42.
So I think that'll be something to look at. Might have to bring up.
The other thing is, what about a bloke having a shot for goal on a tight angle? You can go and stand right next to the bloke and allow your man to play on.
5-point lead to Collingwood as we start this second half. Been an entertaining game to watch so far. Melbourne almost with the clearance. Bruce got it from Maloney but couldn't find a teammate. Jamar gives it up. Bale. Pennell. Hands to it. Davey about to pounce. Gets there, makes it his ball, shuffles it through Tooby. Pennell pokes that to half forward, made it impossible for Bate. Pendlebury, Wellingham, all Melbourne. Maloney runs into trouble. A wobbler, impossible for Green to get near it. And, it is the mark.
A couple of poor kicks going forward. Yeah, Bennell's kick wasn't a great one to start with, and then Maloney's the same. You don't want to waste opportunities going forward.
Maxwell got it from Reed. Thumps it long to Jack Anthony. Warnock's with him. Big fist Warnock. Scully gave it off to Pettit.
And he knew which way he was going, Pettit.
Well, the Collingwood player certainly didn't. Green, he knew where he was going, and he can give Melbourne back the lead.
I reckon Ricky Pettit wasn't sure which way he was going there for a moment. He stopped, nearly went backwards, and he thought, no, I'm going forward. And Brad Green looked like he was going to get sandwiched in between two Collingwood players. May have given the best little nudge. Have a look at Ricky Pettit here. I've got to go back. Oh, no, I don't. I'll go forward. Or was he just looking for clear space, maybe?
Yeah,
look at this, just a little hold off with the left arm. He did it very well, Brad Green.
Game 200. Can't bend it back enough.
Gee, he doesn't normally miss them. One of the best kicks in the competition, kicking a goal, I think. They can make you wrong at sometimes when you say those sort of things, but that was needed just to get the emotion back in the game. Yeah, I think Pettit was looking for the contact and it wasn't there to come.
There was Harry O'Brien again. He sat behind the man that was guarding the 10-yard square, and then as soon as the Collingwood player played on, he came in and shepherded.
So in essence, a Melbourne player is allowed inside the restricted zone as well now.
Correct.
Maxwell takes them on.
Stand next to your own man.
Absolutely. Or at least run into that zone whenever you feel like it if Harry's already there.
Correct. I think it opens up a can of worms, Dwayne.
In a Pandora's box.
Yes.
Absolutely.
A few more cliches.
Jamar. Jolly falls. Jamar flicks. McDonald fumbles. Bennell never ran it. Side bottom. Half a kick. Davey. Wobbles it inside 50. Bait. Big fist Maxwell.
Well, they've started well this third quarter. They've got their hands on the ball a fair bit, the D's, and just some of their kicking into the forward zone. That was a better kick, though, just to a one-on-one. And now you fight another battle here, just at the contest.
Go up now, go up.
Jamar and Newton, third man up. Jamar tries to shuffle a handball out. Jolly throws it to Maloney. He bends it around. Looks good off the boot. How's the bounce?
Mark in the square.
On the line, marked by Bennell.
Right in front, too, because he was in the square. As the umpire can see there, no angles these days. You mark it in the square, go straight to the front of goal. Great mark.
And a courageous mark because he was running flat stick at the goalpost.
Only kicked 2 goals for his career. About to make it 3.
He's sure ignoring the umpire. What's he going to do, pay a 50? He's on the goal line.
And the Demons lead early in the third.
Perfect start. We've seen a lot of goals kicked at the City end. I wonder if, for whatever reason, there doesn't appear to be much of a breeze out there, but it seems to be the scoring end thus far into the game. The perfect start for the third term for the D's. Tied in close. Jolly just missing a target with the hand pass. Have a look at Jamie Bennell.
Good mark.
And he was heading straight, had to dive out of the way of that goalpost, or would have just headbutted it.
This has all come about by the clearances, though. Melbourne have had the ball in their hands. Collingwood have not had the ball in their hands in this early part of this third quarter. So they deserve to get a goal. They went inside 4 times already inside their forward 50.
Demons by 2 points. Jamar's doing well. Trengo couldn't gather. Ron Bale couldn't get a possession away. Neither can Didak. Bale dives back in. Maloney, Bruce, Davey. They love him using it. That's why Bate.
One out, Green.
And he's on the move, and he's got it. And he's had a sider from here.
Aren't they playing great football, the D's again? I don't know what happened. They dropped off a little in the second term. Collingwood lifted their act, but again, you get your hands on the footy first from the clearance. You get to dictate play, and that's what they're doing.
Now, I know, Dwayne, you can moz them better than anybody kicking a goal, but I think this bloke would have learnt from his last one. He didn't really kick through the ball. Looked like he just tried to guide it through. I think you'll see a little bit more momentum through this kick.
To push the lead out to 8 points. Nicer off the boot. And he plants another seed of hope.
Well, they are taking it up to Collingwood, no doubt about that. Again, we saw Cameron Bruce release Aaron Davey in the middle of the ground. Getting the good ball users kicking it. He hits Matthew Bate on the lead. Now, Bate's been quiet. Only a couple of kicks from Matthew Bate, but he gets back from the mark. He knows he's got Brad Green one out, and that is a great way to make a contribution early in the third term. They'd love Matthew Bate to get a little bit more involved as well.
I'll tell you what, they have identified Nick Maxwell. Every time that Nick Maxwell wants to play off, they are hitting his man. It makes him a cannibal, and at the moment, there's no doubt they're going through Nick Maxwell's man a lot, and they're playing him in the centre corridor every time.
First goal in game 200. Harry O'Brien, his man, back underway. Clearance important again. 5 players over the top. And another ball up.
Explain to me, Shorey, why Ricky Pettard's on the bench.
Tired in 7 minutes of this quarter.
Been playing.
I wouldn't be playing
up forward. You'd like to think he's out there.
No doubt.
He's been the go-to man and the main focus up forward.
Well, Aaron Davey came off too.
You wouldn't think he'd be on the bench for long. Rowan Bale to half forward. Maxwell, a couple of fumbles. Lyndon Dunn. Trengove pokes it over the top to Bennell.
Go back and have the set shot.
I've never seen, for a long period of time, I haven't seen the Collingwood defence as disorganised as it is now. And they're under pressure mainly because of the clearance work of the Melbourne players. Their centre bounce clearance. Jamar's dominant in the ruck at the moment.
Gave them the lead moments ago. Jamie Bennell. Yeah, pick 35 from a couple of years ago. Can't bend it back enough.
It's been an interesting move, though, by Dean Bailey. We're so used to seeing Jamie Bennell in the back pocket trying to give run out of defence, but he's trying him as a small forward, using his pace to lead and also put defensive pressure on.
From the kick in, Harry O'Brien peels back onto it. Bennell hunts him down. Good chase. Harry O got a kick away just in time. Bruce can't gather. Cloak, kick smothered by Bruce, even better. And they're away. Spare men in the middle. Handball to Bate. Feeds it back again. Scully. Strauss. Little fumble. Trengove. All the young players combining here. They might combine to mess it up.
Yeah, they blew it.
Medhurst around the body to Beams. Runs back with it. Slips it out to Cloak. Just thumps it forward in hope. John Anthony. Lockyer. And 50.
That's silly. You know, they've got no one to blame but themselves. No, they had numbers through the middle of the ground. They were just a couple of elementary hand passes that missed the target, put a teammate under pressure. They should be having a shot for goal at the other end. Instead, it's a certain goal coming for Tarkin Lockyer. And James McDonald, ever the professional, you just don't see him giving silly 50s away too often.
Might have been out of frustration, but rather than kick from 25 metres out than right on the line, you hit it on the head. Just their lack of poise and polish in the middle of the ground. And it was handball skills, not kicking skills. The easiest skill, of course, in the game is handballing, and they just messed it up.
Just have a look, they win it here at half back. Travis Cloak, doesn't he? Oh. He has an air swing with that. It wasn't actually smothered.
Yeah, you're out and running now. Everybody's run forward.
Look at the hand pass. That one was down low. That one was up high. This one, straight through the hands. And then all of a sudden, fumbles. Then the turnover. Just need to be a little bit slicker. The crowd's a little bit stunned as well at the moment. I don't think either lot came expecting this, Dwayne.
I know one lot came here hoping for it.
Yep.
Jones down to McDonald. Headed, beaten for it this time by Shaw.
Good mark.
Tell you what, the clearance work Melbourne at the moment, they are dominating out of the centre bounce clearances.
Now what's happened here, because they've been one-on-one all over the ground, all of a sudden 3 Collingwood players running on their own.
Thomas, Beams, ball, wide ball, and that's a mark to Cloak. Millimetres from the turf. And he thumps it long again in hope. Brown's down there. Hasn't seen a lot of it. Doesn't see it this time. Bale a little fumble. John McDonald in trouble. Lockyer dragged down by Frawley. Half had it, half didn't. Both sets of fans want a free.
High tackle.
Melbourne.
Free kick Melbourne.
Nice warning from the umpire. You've got the free kick. Don't go high. Be careful.
Yes, I think he warned him about his language as well. And I like the warning. I don't like them being too quick on the trigger with the occasional word.
Good option. Good option.
Mackenzie's away. Open forward line. Pettit's been the man. Oh, big fly, can't mark it. First to pounce on it though. Bennell. He had it but lost it.
They've blown it again.
Wellingham, Reid, Harry-O, Shaw, Wellingham under siege. Side bottom.
They've been so close a number of times, Melbourne.
Thomas plays on around Strauss. Wobbly ball. Bartram. No prior opportunity. The ball's still in there.
He's trying to get rid of it.
The umpire.
Where was his prior there?
Well, he nearly drove him into the ground in the first place.
And you can see his left arm trying to knock the ball out. That's a tough decision. No attempt. Okay, well, let's have a look. Tell me what he's doing with his left arm here. Yeah. And he's got an arm over the shoulder around his neck as well.
Umpire was blindsided then. Couldn't see the attempt on the other side of the body. Now,
there's 3 umpires out there. There's no excuse for a poor free being played for an umpire being blindsided. Cloak's got it in the pocket.
He has started to come into the game a little bit, Travis Cloak, getting a few more possessions. Virtually didn't touch it in the first half. Already a couple of early touches in the third term.
Well, he was manned up by Cameron Bruce for the first 7 or 8 minutes of this quarter. Now it looks like Grimes has gone on to him.
Mr. 50-50. And that just scrapes through for Abraham. Although in saying he's kicked 119 goals, 119, that doesn't include the out of bounds on the full.
Now, you can
he tries
there. Yeah, no doubt. That's just held to him. The umpire's on the other side. He was in the centre corridor.
From the kick, Bale.
Well done, Bale. Good commitment.
Joel McDonald, he got a push. Play on advantage. Not allowed.
You'd love to have seen the advantage there. Nathan Jones was away.
I tell you what, he went harder than Alan Didak too, Bale. So there's a couple of times that Melbourne players, Collingwood players, 50-50, and they just wanted a lot more.
And it's been the Melbourne youngsters that have done it as well.
Just game number 2 for Rowan Bale. First game this year, 21 years of age.
Shank.
Terrible kick. Although,
it's working all right.
Davey. That's a 2-on-2, inside 50, slips it wide. Bennell's down there to his own advantage, can handle it to Pettit. He does. Pettit strolls in, handles it over the top. Green, and they lead by 8.
Great call, Dwayne, great call. And, gee, you can have a bit of luck in the footy field, can't you? Because we saw it come off the half-back flank with Bale, and it was a shocking kick, but the spillage came to Aaron Davey, and he just broke the lines. This is what this man can do. Normally a beautiful kick. And even here, the two Collingwood players took each other out. Bennell kept his eye on the ball. That's why he recovered quicker. And unselfish play by Pettit to the 200 game player in green.
I like the way they hand passed and ran it in and made sure of it. No one panicked. No one thought, I better take the shot and rush it. They just thought it out. They had the numbers. They had control of the footy. And in the end, made it a soda.
It's kick 2 on Harry O'Brien in this term. Red green. Newton in the ruck. Fraser with him. McDonald could have taken possession. Knocked it down to Swan. Davis edged out of it by Bartram well. Taps it to Dunn. Bartram. Davis. No Pryor there as well. Ball slips out. Anthony. And Bruce wrestles it clear.
So you mentioned a few players in the Collingwood side there. Just Anthony and Davis. They need the lift in their forward line. Leon put a tackle on them, but just... They're playing him inside 50 a lot more this year. You'll see it happen a lot more. Kicked 30 goals last season. They need a little bit more out of him.
Fraser beats Dunn to it. Swan caught high.
He's had a few friends, James McDonald, but he's done a good job on Dane Swan coming up for possession number 13. That's below his normal numbers.
He's coming off a 31 possession game last week, Dane Swan.
And 3 goals.
Just pops it up high. Anthony and Cloak are both down there. Anthony with the fly. Off hands. Cloak. Side bottom. Looked at each other. Side bottom collects. Throws it up in Cloak's direction. Trengove. He dropped it. Was dumped. Side bottom back to Maxwell. He has a try at them. High kick. Anthony down there. Over the top. Behind. Crowd hushed.
They certainly haven't brought their A-grade game. There's no doubt about that, Collingwood. And Melbourne are asking them some pretty good questions.
Bruce toward Dunn and Tooby.
Push out!
Now, the reason he got that, an advantage is played. Newton fought hard for front spot. Well done.
Pennell with the play on advantage allowed. Takes on Medhurst. Slips it to Bate. Needs to hit a target. Throws it up to Green. He'll have to get there on the bounce. One bounce and he's got it. Pettit calls for it. Spins around for his 3rd of the term.
Got the bat. Needed to go end over end. It went sideways.
I make a swap there. I'd put Heath Shaw to Green and I'd take Harry O'Brien and go to Pettit. Just make a swap because Green's getting out too much at the moment. 2 goals, 1 in the quarter.
They've played some exciting football, Melbourne.
Thomas gets it from Pendlebury. Cloaks the target. Joel McDonald doing well.
Yeah, what Joel McDonald did there was he didn't engage in body contact with Travis Cloak. He sat off him, and then at the last moment, a couple of steps, the run and jump spoil over the top. That's the way he's got to play because he's giving away far too much bulk.
I was amazed Joel McDonald wasn't wanted by Brisbane. I just couldn't see why that happened, that trade.
He played all 22 home and away games last year. Pretty good season. Swan. Again, a 2-on-1. J-Mars with Bruce as the 2. Anthony peels back. Is that in the back?
Sure was.
Is that in the back? And he lays the tackle on Brown. Still in there. Joel McDonald, speak of the devil. Grimes.
Oh, kick it, son. You're going to get run down.
Scully. Oh, he was dumped as well. And taken out by Pettit.
little bit of a few blokes feeling it down there. That looked like it was in the back.
I think he's had a great game, J-Mar. I think he's had the better of Jolly.
Jolly with Dunn this time in the ruck. Side bottom, side steps. Wobbles a torpedo towards Davis. Bartram's with him. Davis, Bartram with a fist. Davis! Oh, you can't. Yes, you can catch him. He was away, but he dropped it. Bartram did brilliantly. Joel McDonald, he's caught, dumped. He dropped it, then didn't have it. Is that in the back? No.
Oh, he's not going.
Yes, ball.
Poor old Leon Davis was lying on the ground and the ball got hit back to him.
and he got pile drive too. Where's prior opportunity?
Oh, this is extraordinary. He's out on his feet, Leon.
He can't even chase. If they play on, he can't even chase.
Oh, that's a dangerous, dangerous kick.
Shocking kick.
Side bottom, Warnock's kick cut off. Called to play on. Melbourne getting numbers back. It's a high kick. Davis, Anthony, Dale Thomas from the pocket.
Oh,
it's the post.
Now, Aaron Davies gone down to get some sanity into this kick-ins.
Have a look at Leon Davis. He's lying there, tired, a little bit bruised.
Oh, you got to get rid of that.
Warnock's got it between his legs. Davey. And now Warnock's doing what Harry O'Brien did. Runs in towards the man on the mark to Shepherd.
Great kick.
Bait. Jones. Pettit.
One out, Brad Green. Oh, they can run all the way, Bale.
Rowan, Bale. He can stroll in here. The bounce doesn't come back to him. Harry O'Brien chases. The kick's a shocker. It might be a win there for Melbourne. Better than his Shaw marking it.
Yeah, Leon Davis might be in a bit of trouble. He's coming off behind play. He wasn't quite sure what to do, Rowan Bale. The bounce didn't sit up. Then he had to rush the kick. He had two options, either going for goal or finding Brad Green. In the end, didn't get close to either.
Big thump, J-Mar. Jones through traffic, caught. Had Pryor, got rid of it. Wellingham, wobbly handball. O'Brien, Luke Ball. Handled it. Wellingham, Lockyer, Ball. Melbourne by 7 points. Cloak caught behind.
That's a shot.
Brilliant Mark Grimes.
Yeah. Bad kick by Luke Ball.
Didn't have the penetration to get it over the top. Hasn't Jack Grimes been impressive?
Well,
Scully.
This kick.
That had to be a good kick, but that's an interesting option.
Well,
Lyndon Dunn in a one-on-one with Didak. Didak out sprints him to the ball. Side bottom's on his own here. Didak ignores him. Comes inboard. Now pops it in side bottom's direction. Trenkove with him. Big fly, side bottom couldn't mark. Bruce went in hard. A little bit knee-ish. Collingwood fans wanted a free. Nothing doing.
Even Alan Didak, the thought process with that kick. You know, he had a player deep in the forward pocket, but he's just tried to flick it around his body. Gee, they're all feeling the pump under, at the moment, mental pressure and physical pressure.
J-Mar knocks it down. Maloney, they're taking this game on across the defensive goal. Jones, Strauss, Bennell, Shaw, got there with Bennell. Handball through legs. Medhurst, how's that for a tackle from Frawley? Not rewarded, and Bennell takes it out.
In the back.
That was rewarded.
This has lifted. The crowd's got into the game. Both sides starting to get a bit anxious. It is on. There's a game up for grabs here.
Holding the ball.
Great tackle. Frawley.
McDonald. If you'd have said Melbourne would be in front by 7 points entering time onto the third, they would have locked you up. 63 plays 56. A few more explanations coming. J-Mar again wins it. McDonald.
And again, you look around. It is man on man everywhere on the ground. No loose players.
And the ball in. Jolly wins the palm down. McDonald with Swan. Almost whipped it from him. And Ruckman will go at it again. Swan and McDonald. And a strong captain, James McDonald, who turns 34 years of age this year.
Graham Swan doesn't like the attention he's getting either.
Well, you've got to play him like that. You cannot allow him to just
J-Mar
run around without physical pressure.
Confident flick to the back. Scully was there, so was Didak. Newton cuts it off. Grimes, he might go all the way. Sends it long. Goal square. Bouncing ball, and Harry O'Brien lets it roll through.
Another opportunity.
That's it, Ricky, thanks.
Straight down the middle.
Oh, out here.
Tooby, Reed,
Someone
Beans.
fell asleep.
That's a 60-metre kick to Anthony, peeling back. Had 3 to beat. Off hands, Fraser taps it from McDonald and kicks it wide.
Oh boy. Could have given a hand pass.
What a transition from full back, straight up the corridor.
I couldn't believe how much space was in the corridor. The 3 Collingwood players on their own. A couple of Melbourne players went to sleep. They're going to as they get tired. They've got to be careful.
Bruce. Bartram calls Grimes in. About to get run down. Danger. Did he handball that? No. Ball.
Decision.
Oh, that
Decision to play on cost him, but
I know they're trying to take the game. They just got to have a little bit more poise. You know it's coming to the end of the quarter.
Swan told to move it on. 2 players block the mark again. Ball. Sidestep. Throws it on the boot. It's a high wobbler. Pendlebury's under it. Fraser's under it. Pendlebury spins into trouble. Out of trouble. Slips. Medhurst kicks. Goals!
Well done, Pendlebury.
It's a 1-point game.
Well
he just
done.
kept it alive, didn't he, Scott Pendlebury?
Yeah, just brilliant. He had a lot of pressure around him. Right on the top of the goal square. You know, you just go back to Grimes. I think you just got to have a little bit more poise. I know he's a young player. He's had a pretty good game. But just Scotty Pendlebury, he kept it alive. Knew what was happening at the end when he went down to his knees. And Medhurst doesn't need a lot of space anytime.
Talk about the quick step from Medhurst. He was about to get closed down by 3 players. Watch Medhurst here. Bang. Out of trouble.
First goal of the afternoon for Paul Medhurst. Coming off a 4-goal game last week. 24 minutes gone, third term. Melbourne by 1.
For the first time, we've got a loose man in defence. It's Brad Green from Melbourne, which leaves Maxwell loose for Collingwood.
Call was play on. Didak, Beans, runs to 40. Collingwood in front.
Don't know that it was the cleanest kick off the boot, but it was a good clearance win for Collingwood that just released a couple of players. Alan Didak got the hand pass out, and Dane Beams had space. Just have a look at out of the air by Dale Thomas, but here, fortuitous. There it is. Oh, it's a bit of a mung off the boot, but it gets the job done. That's all it's got to do. And provided the Shepherd after the hand pass. Just gave him the space, and there's the floater going through.
A little bit of luck in some tight games, don't you? The way that that ball came off Green's head in the Didak's path, and then the quick handball out. Good game, Dane Green's up to 19 possessions now.
Well, when you've been dropped for disciplinary reasons and you get a late reprieve, though Bree out, you've got to make the most of it. Just repeating, if you've joined us late, Ben Johnson out for the remainder of the game. We suspect a knee problem. It might keep him out for a while. Collingwood bench, 1 man down. In the shadows of 3/4 time. Clearance important. Frawley runs into trouble. Willingham raked it free. Side bottom slips it over the top. Flick back Davis. Got it to Didak. Beans who kicked the last one. Pushed on the kick this time. On the line. That's a win for Collingwood.
Oh, Leon Davis, that's why he's so dangerous. Just a dead little flick into the path of Alan Didak. Yeah, there's that scrapping on his knee there.
This is Ben Johnson. He gets kicked and he gets tackled and it twists. He grabs straight for the right knee after the incident, doesn't he? That's not a great sign.
Strauss.
Now, hang on a minute. He blew the whistle before he even handballed it. How quick was the umpire on that occasion?
Well, that's umpire Sam Hay.
Gee, I reckon they've copped a few stiff decisions. And he's going, hang on, I handballed it. We've seen blokes do 360s and get the hand pass away and be allowed to play on. He was just, I think, a little bit whistle happy. Poor young bloke. Strauss battling hard, gets the hand pass away, but sorry, you're pinged.
He just asked him, he said, how long before a handball?
They need to hold tough, Melbourne. They can't afford a 2 or 3 goal break at 3/4 time.
Leon Davis. That's what he has ahead of him. to give Collingwood an 11-point lead. Bending, not enough. Footy gods are here. Didn't deserve that. Kicks are behind.
Have a look at it here. He gets tackled. There's a handball. Instantaneous. That's an extraordinary decision.
I think he just had a brain fade there.
Strauss spears that. Straight to Cloak. Missed it. Bate takes it out.
Gee, he looks out of touch.
They're feeling the pressure, Melbourne. They're feeling the pressure. They're going down to the wire with a game that's up for grabs, and they just need to keep their heads about them.
Mick Malthouse, time running out for him this year and next year to win a flag, and then has to hand the keys over to Nathan Buckley. Maloney twists back onto him. Jones, McDonald taking it on still. McKenzie to Bate, needs to give it back. McKenzie puts it long. Green's down there, new opponent. Good grab. He could go the distance here.
Yeah. I think with the left foot he'll come back, and normally they like to run on a half an arc to get more.
It is an open forward line though. If someone can find space, it's an open forward line.
Take it on, I reckon, Jace. You've got to take it on, a senior player.
Newton's got to get there on the, or one of the tools got to get there on the goal line. That's not going to get there.
To draw scores level, it's wide, and it is the behind. 5 points the margin. 1 minute 35 left in the third term.
They got opened up down the middle from the last kick out. A little bit more attention to detail now from the D's.
O'Brien to Pendlebury. And here's Harry O'Brien near the man on the mark again. Up with a man next to him this time, Maxwell. One-on-ones everywhere he looks. O'Brien. Beans having an influence in this third term. Thumps a long ball. Strauss in a one-on-one with Davis. Well done. Big mismatch there in experience. Leon Davis, game 186. And Johann Strauss, game 2. Dean Bailey, speaking of mismatches. Mick Malthouse.
I had to check to see whether it was Johann instead of James.
27th consecutive season as a coach for Mick Malthouse. Dean Bailey's third, of course. McKenzie spears it to Green. Thump clear. Down to 50 seconds. Davey. They could get the lead back. Pops it inside. Bennell. What an attempt.
He had to go a lot harder than that.
He's gone down like he hurt himself. Well, I tell you what, he's pride to be hurt now because he did not commit his body, and he's acting like his cramped son. Just get up.
You got him a goal.
Yep, no doubt. This was not good enough at this level.
Just reached in with the one hand.
Doesn't matter if your teammate's not talking to you either. You still got to go.
Pendlebury caught. Jamar been inspirational. Jones. Green's down there. Use of the body. Big pluck that from Brown. But a quiet day. Push to defence.
Got a chase here, the D's.
Shaw waddles his way through defensive 50. 16 seconds left. Cloak. They need a mark quickly.
Can't afford to concede another goal.
Down to 10 seconds. Davis. Ball flies through. Swan played for the free, didn't get it.
Good tackle.
Ripped off it. Still a chance. Siren, no free. Oh, there is a free. No. Umpire put his hand on his shoulder for a second there. Everybody breathed a sigh of relief. Collingwood by 5 points at the last change. No need to tell you, don't touch that dial. Quarter of football. 5 point lead to the Magpies. Terrible bounce to start. In fact, he'll do it again.
Throw it up.
bit of an anticlimax.
Can you see a strategy coming into place for taggers or players being tagged, Jason, that they go the other side of the square when they try to readjust after a bad bounce?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Maxwell caught Beams, had a big third term. Off hands, Bartram couldn't mark. Frawley can't crumb. Grimes, who's been sensational.
Yeah, well, this game has gone with flows of who's won the contested ball. Melbourne in that first half of that third quarter was sensational. Got to the lead, and then Collingwood worked their way back in. So very important these first 7 minutes of this quarter.
John McDonald, 4 foot hard. Trengove overran it. Almost a throw out. Bartram gives it wide. They're away. Davey got it from Frawley and runs.
Oh,
How good's that kick?
Bunnell. Body on the line there. Maloney. Bate. He's got a 2-on-2. Green's the target. Harry O'Brien got a spoil in. McKenzie. It's a 1-on-1 again. Newton can't get there. Headed from nowhere.
You talk about a bloke that wants the footy. That's desperation and commitment. It was a high ball floating to a space where there were players coming from all directions. Now, none of the others actually got there, so in the end there wasn't any danger, but he didn't care. He had his eyes up on the pill. His head was open. He had nothing in mind except commitment for the footy. Look at the eyes. He doesn't know what's coming from any of the other directions.
Magnificent. Magnificent. That's what you call that. And those sort of acts can win a game, and it just showed Chili's leg speed because he sure could not go with him laterally. Been a bad matchup for Collingwood all day, coming in to try and kick his third goal.
And to give Melbourne back the lead. He's got 4. Melbourne have life.
Well, inclination, isn't it? You know, you're right, Jason. You look around when that ball went up high, a few players look at each other, not knowing who's going to go. But he has just made a beeline, not really knowing what's coming because he had his eye on the ball that well. And then at the end, he's tired. He's gone. But it was just desperation, and this is the player who wants to be in the moment. So you could get a lot of inspiration of that. And look, he looks like he's cramping up while he's lying on the ground.
She's provided so much excitement and life for them up forward.
There's the runner just went out and said, "Well done, son."
There's a hush around the MCG.
Could they do the unthinkable?
Well, I'll spare you the analogies, but they say miracles do happen. And maybe this is the Saturday. From the ball up, Jamar. Pendlebury. Oh, dispossessed and didn't get a kick away. Good tackle, McDonald, unrewarded.
Gee, Josh Fraser. They need a lift from Josh Fraser. I'm looking, Jolly's gone to the goal square at full forward, so they've got some height down there.
Is that holding the ball?
Well, he made an attempt.
Well, if you don't have prior opportunity and you make an attempt, they tend to let it go.
You've got bounce off the umpire. It's disgraceful. Oh, he looks up. There must be too much rosin on his hands. Rosin?
As long as they make the right decisions, they don't really care about the odd bad bounce.
Jamar and Fraser. Pendlebury. Trengove half had him and then let him go at the right time. We'll get another ball up.
Nick Maxwell now just one kick behind play. He's gone back into the Collingwood defence as a loose man.
Jamar. It's been gallant all day. He's tried hard in the ruck.
I'll tell you what he is doing. He's out muscling Josh Fraser. He's just pushing him out of the way.
Didak through legs. Maloney. Kick half smothered by legs. McDonald hacks it towards half forward. Maxwell. O'Brien. One-on-ones ahead. Which one does he pick? Wellingham. Good grab off hands. Called to play on. Spears it towards Medhurst.
Geez, Frawley's been good on Medhurst.
Dumped it towards the boundary. Wasn't hard enough. Dale Thomas. Lockyer. Healing back. Very accurate kick. Can go back and put Collingwood back in front.
Gee, I tell you what, the goal square's open. I'm just wondering if anybody could sneak into there with a kick over the top. But normally a very good converter, Tarkin Lockyer. Not the right side for a right footer, though.
Saw Wellingham looking for Medhurst on the lead. James Frawley took front position. Medhurst has only had the 5 kicks, 7 possessions, 1 goal. Well down on his normal output. I reckon that's a great effort by James Frawley.
Mr. Accurate, 32-16 last year. 21 goals, 9 the year before. And that's across the face. Anthony looked to keep that in. It's touched the behind post.
Touched first before it hit the behind post.
Okay.
Don't tell me the job. I called it.
I got it
you
right.
just let me throw it in, and you make the other decision.
Back into play. Jamar and Jolly tied up. Joel McDonald runs into Jolly. Gets rid of it. Davis caught by Trengo. Good tackle. Pendlebury. Brown. Hardly seen it all day. Touched. And scores a level.
Now,
He's headed off.
hasn't been their strength.
No.
Hasn't been their strength to kick out. It's just maintaining possession. That's just kicking long to a contest.
Jamar and Brown. Brown thumps it down. Davey, brilliant tackle, Shaw. Wrapped him up, kept the ball up.
I tell you what, that's a good matchup for Melbourne. Davey on Luke Ball. Leg speed in the last quarter, so important. You know, Luke Ball will go have his head over the ball. If Davey can break open and get in the space, he's just coming off now.
Brown, third man up. Didak. Ball bounces unkindly, 4 ball. Maloney had Pryor there, got it out just in time. Ball back alive, Collingwood with the numbers. Thrown out by Medhurst, the ball over the top. Beams, kicks around the body, it's bending! Unbelievable bend, but not enough. They're in front by behind.
Cramp for Dane Beams as well. There's going to be a lot of tired players in this last quarter.
Grimes. Collingwood by a point. Jones wrapped up, dragged down.
He cannot.
Is that a free? No.
Good decision by the umpire.
Just the kick again from Jack Grimes. He's doing everything right, but the odd skill execution lets him down.
I think we've got to have Aaron Davey out in the ground nearly the whole quarter now. He's a player who can just break this game open when you need some speed.
Well played, Mackenzie. Pendlebury half had it, and he half had him. Davey getting some work done.
You said a moment ago, Dwayne, Ricky Pettit coming off the spell. They're managing his game time. Now, I don't know if that's to manage some sort of injury that he's had to recover from, but he's been such a dangerous player. You just want him out there. He's the one that could win it for you.
Pendlebury to Toovey. Brown's at full forward. Well played, Warnock. Didn't give the free away, and it's another behind.
Well, they can give another two behinds away because it's not over a goal anyway. So these kick-ins, just so they get in quick, won't hurt them as much, you wouldn't think.
A lot of time left though. Grimes wide. Done. Had to make some ground there and commit. Kick's good.
Oh.
Scully over the top. Bale runs to 50. Green's peeling back.
Kick.
He's in the spot.
How's that passage of play for the Demons? That's exciting with young players involved all the way through.
I thought that handball was going to be a dangerous handball because he was going to slow up, but gee, Bale, he just used a bit of leg speed. Hasn't kicked the ball well today, Jason, but on that occasion, just hit it to the top of the square.
He's kicked 2. He has 3. Melbourne have the lead again.
Oh, what a match. Just you talk about sometimes not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, Demons fans are seeing it today. There's Dean Bailey continuing the messages down the line, but Jack Grimes coming out of defence. It was an excellent kick. It was Bale that protected the back of Dunn and allowed him to take possession of the ball there. Then he shoots it inside. You get a couple of hand passes here through more youngsters.
Gee, that was good here.
And then Rowan Bale's got the leg speed and a good decision. Kicks it over the top to where Brad Green's stationed. That was just an exciting passage of play. From a Melbourne perspective, if you're a Melbourne fan, just enjoy that.
Aaron Davey back in the centre. Just saw Jamie Vanell. Looks like he's cramping up on half forward flank, so I don't think he'll be on the ground for much longer.
Pettit's back out there as well.
Davey scoots it out in McDonald's direction. Dragged down by Pendlebury. Little toe poke. Davis didn't work. Grimes. Is that 15? Yes.
That's the
Davey
way
marks.
looking corridor,
Good
though.
vision too.
And Scully can go. He drops it. Caught. Dragged down. Young player in game 2, and Wellingham makes him pay. Finds Fraser.
That's play on.
Brown. Warnock with him. Davey got there in time, made a contest. Warnock, the boundary's his friend. He keeps it in. McDonald, Frawley, Scully, danger. Jamar. Gee, Anthony overcommitted there. And Frawley was the loose man.
Great
Straight down the middle. Green. They are inspired. He sends it wide. Pettit just on. from 50, sends it long.
Oh,
Just got a bit carried away.
yeah, they're getting caught up in the moment, aren't they? Just a bit more poise. Wasn't that really exciting play at the half-back line with a chain of handballs?
10 minutes gone, final term. Melbourne by 5.
Thomas has just snuck off the interchange bench. He's all on his own on the flank.
He's got to play on here. How long did...
Willingham wide. Dale Thomas played on, went short, misses Swan. Jones is there. He's got a handball option, gives it. McDonald inboard. John McDonald doesn't go for goal, goes for Pettit, who left it. Maxwell.
That was a
ball
bad
out.
kick.
He had a long option, he had a short option, he kicked it in the middle, Joel McDonald. You just wonder if they've got the skills to actually get the job done. Bennell comes off the ground, he's been cramping. And back onto the ground comes Jack Trengo.
Willingham kick. Swan under it. Brilliant commitment, Davey. And the gather swoops around, keeps it alive. Willingham fist.
That would have been a great move also of Brad Green to just play in the forward line deep. Now, he started up the ground in the first quarter, and Dean Bailey's pushed him in. He's kicked his 3 goals and been a danger.
Jamar and Jolly. Jamar tries to sweep it to the back. Shaw knocks it outside 50. Davey, inspirational again. Warnock, sidestep. Green. Jones. Davies inside. Takes on Maxwell, loses.
Ball. Sometimes you've got to throw it on the boot and just kick it forward.
Know your limitations. Nathan Jones, he's not super quick, tried to sell the dummy.
Medhurst long. Anthony with the sit. Oh, McDonald! Kept his eye on the ball. Didn't worry about the man.
And turned it over.
Lockyer. Marks in the middle.
Loose players everywhere.
Collingwood could take the lead back. Anthony peeling back. Big commitment, both players. Cloak off hands. Misses.
What about McDonald's kick? But what great play prior to that to take that mark going back.
Doesn't pressure do funny things to players.
Oh, this has been sensational.
Cameron Bruce.
We've got to get better than this long kick in. We've got to try and hold the ball here.
There's the long kick in. Newton. Brown.
Oh.
Newton's free.
Come on.
13 minutes gone. Final term. Melbourne by 4 points.
Bennell's just come off the bench and he's free, and they got done too.
So Bennell takes them on. Wobbles a kick towards Pettit at half forward. He's got it. He's dragged down.
What sort of matches he played?
He's been too good for Heath Shaw. They should have made that change a long time ago.
Played on.
Hands it over. Bale thumps it long. Lyndon Dunn. Goal square. He drops it. Gets it. Goals it. Can you believe it? They lead by 10.
I thought Ricky Pettit had just gone too far because he wanders off to the right when he goes back from the man on the mark, and he actually automatically plays on, and it dictates where you've got to kick the ball. He has to go to the right. You have a look here, he gets up and he starts wandering off to the right. Well, all of a sudden Brad Green had led the other way and he couldn't get it to him, so it's Green trying to go into his vision, but just when we thought they'd made the wrong choice,
Bale kicked long.
Bale's done everything right. He finds Lyndon Dunn. And again, the youngsters involved, the younger generation getting the job done under pressure.
Dean Bailey, a 15% winning percentage.
You've got Scully and McKenzie in the middle of the ground for Melbourne, so the youngsters in the heat of battle.
This could be the biggest win of Dean Bailey's coaching career. Quick kick half forward, off hands, done. He kicked the last one. How on a roll. Off hands.
Tell you what, well done to Newton in the centre bounce. He's jumped over Josh Fraser. Even, you know, and he's not a true ruckman at all. Josh Fraser's got to be better then. They need him to lift.
A little bit of a limp, Josh Fraser. He's carrying something.
Saw the crowd. That picture told 1,000 words. Thomas.
Oh, good mark.
Little bit of class there.
They'll go down the line, Collingwood.
Lockyer just onto the ground. Looking for...
Gee, that's
an
off the
ordinary
side.
kick.
Cut off by Warnock.
Daisy Thomas looks like he couldn't lift his legs.
Inboard, Scully.
If he turned around, Pendlebury would have marked that ball.
He's got the switch on if he wants it.
Kicks it wide. Green's down there. Ball through both Shaw and Pettit. We'll get a ball in. 10.5 minutes from time. The Demons lead by 11. They've led by as much as 15. They led by 15 at quarter time, the Demons. Ball. Hacks a kick out of the area. Lyndon Dunn.
He's had an impact this quarter too.
See, Aaron Davey was loose and they missed him.
Trengove, he's got 2 to beat, can't beat them both. Reed takes a strong mark.
Oh, they're out.
Now they got numbers.
Side bottom.
Now they've got to chase from behind here. Well done to Bennell. To put some pressure on the ball.
Got to go again.
Side bottom to Wellingham. Bennell is overcommitted there. Left side bottom free again. Short pass. Jack Anthony. Some jeers. Hardly seen it today. Medhurst. Didak.
Oh!
Grimes again.
He's been sensational.
He didn't jump.
Grimes against humanity.
Well,
everything was against him and he took the mark and they're away. Scully gets it from Bruce. Sends it wide. Pettit. McKenzie the target.
Too high, nearly killed him.
Maxwell, free kick.
They had 2-on-1. He just went too far, Aaron Davey. It wasn't a great kick, though, from Ricky Pettit. Just sat it up too high.
Maxwell wide. That's way too wide from the captain at a crucial time. Out of play on the full.
Well, there's tired players under pressure, and they're making elementary errors.
McDonald, Melbourne's captain, hits bait.
I love the way that they've hit up on the lead today. They have really worked over the defenders of Collingwood, who love to play off. No doubt been a strategy by Dean Bailey.
He wants a tall target, but he doesn't have one.
And is that on the full?
It is.
It is.
That's no.
James McDonald doesn't think so, because that was off his shin.
Matthew Bate, you've got to be better than that. Getting the ball smothered when you've taken a mark.
He's holding his groin, Matthew Bate.
Swan's on here for the handle over the top. That's where he goes.
1-2. Swan.
Oh, well done, James McDonald.
Back to Swan. Thumps it long. Thomas stays down. Big fly in the clock.
Hasn't this
Over the top
defensive
by
unit
Joel
been
McDonald.
sensational?
He's cramped up. Is there anyone left that can go on?
You can see his calf. He had to stretch it out. That was horrible.
Haven't the young players in this defensive unit been brilliant? Frawley's done the job on Medhurst. Didak hasn't had a touch. And McDonald.
Give it to Davey. Give it to Davey.
Yeah.
Now, he'll find some time or he'll find a target.
Oh, geez, precise. Bartram, they break the line. Grimes, Warnock. He's got the one-on-one out wide. Trengove in game 2 against side bottom. Takes him on. Dan steps around him. To Scully. Picks 1 and 2 combining. Scully the fumble. Handles it over the top. Bale, speaking of game 2, dragged down. Ball stays in.
Well, he didn't have it, Rowan Bale.
Pendlebury back. Swan takes on Bennell. Bounces away from Bennell. Short pass. Sits a little. Didak scoops it wide to side bottom. Wobbly kick inside 50. Medhurst. Was that a mark?
Nope.
Oh, gee.
He thinks it was.
Did he think he fumbled it and went over the boundary line the next step?
No, it was knocked out of his hand.
It was. He made a clean contact with the grab. Yeah.
No.
Probably is a mark, I think he's a little bit stiff.
Held it long enough in slow motion. Davey rolls it outside 50. Swan gets there first. Trengove with him. And a little bit of perceived pressure, perhaps. 19 minutes gone, final term.
Gee, Tom Scully, he's been fantastic, but he's dropped about 3 or 4 chest marks, hasn't he? He must be not dropping his vision enough when he does it. He's had a great quarter.
Good tap from J-Mar.
Davey makes something of it. Shorts it. Bale.
They want him kicking it all the time.
Maloney. Green turns inside. Dumps it up long. Bennell, he has to go this time. He didn't go in the third. He goes here to his own advantage. Didn't have it. Grabbed by the leg. Not enough Melbourne fans to roar for the free.
He did not have that.
Beans inside. Ball. Scully pursues. Can't drag him down. Cuts play on. James McDonald dragged down. In the back, there's your evener upper.
I tell you what, Dino, Bennell's coming off. He's done. He's got nothing left in the legs. There are players that can't lift their legs out there.
Well, he didn't have
how is that not a free kick? Poor kick.
Is that in the back? Beams picks it up.
It might come down to who's got the legs in the end.
Well, who gets the free? Free to Brown.
Got to get numbers back now, Melbourne. They've got to work back and fill in the spots because you know the Collingwood side will play.
Jamar working very hard to get back.
Willingham just off the bench.
Gee, Anthony's free for a deep kick.
Willingham needs to hit him. Anthony peels back. He's got it.
He was there too long.
Too easy. You just hope they don't let themselves down with some elementary errors, Melbourne. But you had time. There was a long stoppage before Lee Brown retrieved the ball and went back behind the mark, and they still didn't get anyone back deep enough to cover John Anthony. A lot of tiredness creeping into the game.
You tell what he had the kicking yips last year for a bloke who everybody said was one of the accurate kicks. He wasn't as accurate last year, but shouldn't have any problem with this.
50,000 people here on the edge of their seats. Never in doubt from there. It's a 5-point game.
Still need to kick a few goals if they're going to win, Melbourne. Yep. They can't hang on to the lead. They've got to actually win it.
Not a lot in that in the end.
Well, it looked more over the shoulder than holding. He actually played a holding free kick. But there...
Look at the Melbourne players getting back here.
Too slow.
Yep.
Very important clearance coming up here.
Leon Davis in the centre. So Collingwood just know they need some spark. He should be fresh. He hasn't been out of the forward 50 for the whole day.
Always expect the unexpected when it comes to the AFL. Sport, it's your original reality TV. Jolly, Jamar. Davis, half grabbed. Wellingham had it but lost it. Umpire will sort it out. Melbourne by 5 points. 22 minutes gone. Final term. Bennell getting worked on. James McDonald, the captain, also on the bench for the Demons. No Ben Johnson for Collingwood, gone for the day. Brown pumps it long. Anthony down there. Slaps it on. Medhurst to peel back onto it. Frawley got there first. He wanted it more. Bate gets there ahead of Thomas.
He's been good. James Frawley been brilliant.
Oh, this kick dangerous.
McKenzie floated back. They're taking the game on still. Trengo, he sends it wide to Dunn. Dives, can't half volley. Maxwell's there with him. Dunn inside 50. One grab, not the second. Pettit pounces back again. Swooped on by Harry O. Beams. Lockyer.
Maintain the pressure.
Thomas. Can he hit a target? Medhurst is long. Frawley. Medhurst. Frawley got a hand on it. Medhurst collects. Dives into a tackle. Still in dispute. Frawley raked it free. Free kick, Frawley.
Melbourne. I think there was a free kick before that. To a Melbourne player, though.
Okay.
Talk about handling the pressure.
Grimes. Set it all up.
Go back on a straight line.
They want to take this game on. Strauss.
And this is great to see the first-year players getting their hands on the ball in pressure situations. It's going to test their decision making. Can't wind the clock down.
Sends it wide. Trengo will have to go. Does go. Ball with the big fist. Straight through Cloak. Straight through Warnock. Trouble now. This is up the handball. Players commit. It's a 5-point game. A goal would give Collingwood the lead. Warnock shoots it out.
Missed the handball
through
target.
traffic. Dumps it long. Miracle. Absolute miracle from the Miracle Man.
This is where you can have your heart broken if you're a young Melbourne player, or any of the Melbourne players for that matter. If they lose this game now, they've been so good for so long. They actually wrested possession of the ball in defence. It was hard fought. It was at ground level for a long time. I think it might have been Warnock in the end that just misses a handball. He picks it up and he misses the target. I mean, if it's Clint Bartram, he's off and running out of 50. They set it up. I've got a chance to score at the other end, but he misses the target with a short hand pass. And the genius of someone like Leon Davis punishes you in an instant.
Well, they push him in the centre bounce, and that was the reason, because of his lateral movement. And he should be the freshest player on the ground. He hasn't moved outside 50, but that's exactly what he can do. Now the D's, there's still plenty of time.
Huge clearance coming up, and Wellingham wins it. Rolls it to half forward. It was touched. Play on. Anthony attacked it hard. Davis Dragged down. Splendid tackle, Bruce.
Oh, that's gone.
No effort.
Oh.
What a tackle.
Players don't know how long left. They can see 26 minutes gone on the scoreboard. Davey, little don't argue, gets away with it. Wobbles it to half-forward Maxwell on his own. Willingham over the head of Pendlebury, nearly rakes it in. Bale made it tough for Davey. He made it look okay. McKenzie, Jones, they're down by a point. Dumps it long, inside 50. Dunn's down there. Dunn does brilliantly. It's thrown out.
Gone.
Oh,
that's
he gone?
He took him on.
Green,
he took him
dragged him down, dispossessed him, got nothing.
Heath Shaw took him on and he did not dispose of the ball correctly. That's a free kick. That's that little bit of luck you need to go your way. He takes him on and tries to break the tackle.
The ball, tried to break the tackle.
From the ball in. Slapped away by Maxwell. Scully, stolen by McDonald. Gives it to Bate, caught, gives it up. Ball, little toe poke, boundary side. Jones attacks it.
Well done, Jones.
Gets a handball away. That'll do. Ball in. 2.5 minutes left.
See, it would have been interesting if that kick against Heath Shaw had been paid. It was the 200 game of Brad Green that would have had a shot. Wouldn't that be a nice way to cap the game, get the team back in front with a minute or two to go from a tight angle?
Aaron Davey off, limping at this moment. So
that's not going to help Melbourne.
We could get a draw yet. 1 point ball game, ball up.
Have they got anything left to raise an effort with Melbourne? They've been so gallant all afternoon, but have they got anything left in the tank? That's a man they'd dearly love to be out there because he could win them the game.
Jamar trying hard, knocks it down. Jolly steals. Handball finds Grimes. Tackled, dispossessed. Brown dumps it wide. Anthony, Joel McDonald and Anthony. Bouncing ball. Great one-on-one to watch. McDonald half had it, half held, shuffles it out. Time ticks down to 2 minutes. Boundary line.
Oh, well done.
We'll get a ball in.
Well done to all players here. Just a great contest.
Everyone pushing down the contest now. All 36 players are going to be forward of the centre. It's going to be congested. They'll just try and tie it up.
Free kick.
Jamar's ball.
Now they've got to run and spread. Have they got any players left that can run and spread from the contest, Melbourne?
Well, you've got to look for the switch. The open side, Bates has run out wide to the other side of the ground.
Bennell came off cramping. Davies off the ground. Who have they got left that can provide that little spurt of speed?
Here's one.
McDonald towards Bartram. Poor kick. Lee Brown held by the arm. Got a kick away. Frawley and Davis. That was in the side. No.
Oh, he thinks it was.
Oh, that missed target by McDonald. In the corridor. Oh, yeah, that's just putting him out of the contest. Maybe before the contest.
Winding down the clock.
They've got a man up. There's players behind the footy, and they'll do this for 1 minute and 12.
Side bottom to Thomas.
There's Melbourne players in defence that have to rush up the field because you can't sit back loose. The ball won't get down there. They've got loose players everywhere, Collingwood.
Harry O'Brien's on this side of the ground. He's got to kick long down the line now.
High bomb. Cloak. Fist from Warnock. Davis took on Frawley. Shrugged him. Kick inside 50. Anthony's down there. Can't get the fist away. Joel McDonald turns into traffic. Toe poke. Time ticking away. They need to take it on, Melbourne.
Switch.
Get a chance here. Grimes. 30 seconds in counting. They're away. The 200-gamer. Green down the middle. Wobbles at the half forward. Pettit's the man. Attacked the contest well. Maloney. Maxwell. Seconds continue to roll.
Well done, Maloney.
We're down to 15. Bate inside 50. Linden down under it. Daisy Thomas can't rush it behind.
They had a loose man.
They've still got a chance. Bale runs onto it. 5 seconds left. He can win the game. He can tie the scores. He goes long. Pettit. He can't mark it. Collingwood win. Collingwood win.
That's heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking for Melbourne.
AFL football in full glory on a Saturday afternoon at the Mecca.
They had two opportunities late. There was one on the other side, Matthew Bate. He had a loose player in the pocket and he missed him. He kicks to a contest and Dale Thomas is able to clear. But then it gets cleared straight to Melbourne. Bale comes in. He could have had a shot if he wanted to, but he saw Ricky Pettit in the square. He kicks to Pettit. Pettit has a couple of grabs. The second fingertipper doesn't stick. And then a couple of Collingwood players jump on it and the siren goes. They can't even rush it for a draw. They will feel absolutely robbed, Melbourne. It was a superb effort, but you don't always get the reward for effort in this game, and that will be a very, very harsh lesson. Albeit a gallant performance, a harsh lesson that all the little things...